professional, but
Happy Cinco de Mayo, everybody.
Everybody had to get in their last tequila shots. Bo-bo.
Welcome everybody to the hook.
Can you do it now? Can you do it?
Can I welcome everybody to the show without you guys getting wild and crazy for one? That's how we roll around here. All right, guys.
Living in the past again.
If you, yeah, right, Lucy.
He's Cuban, though. That's okay.
If you guys don't know, this is the hook. This is what we do. So welcome everybody to the hook on Woodward Sports Network, Detroit's all digital sports network, live from MyBookie Studios. I'm Pilar Lastra. We have got my three amigos. Do you remember that? What they do? Remember that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Who am
that
I?
was so great.
So you got to be, I get to be Steve Martin.
I mean, I have to be the little short one,
Martin
right?
Short. You Chevy Chase?
I guess
Yeah,
that's
you got to
good.
be Chevy
I love
Chase.
Chevy.
All right. D-Mac, Tom Mazawey. We've got Eazy D manning the madness today behind the glass. Luke on our social media at Woodward Sports across the board. We've got Fish in the fish tank. And welcome, Jeff. He is the newest intern here to the studio. So go show him some love on all of our social media. And, of course, you guys can always give us a call if you want to join the madness, 313-552-6322. I hope you guys are ready to have some fun because clearly we came with our feisty Mexican
How about our
jumping
shirts? How about our shirts?
Yes. This is how we roll.
This is D-Mac from yesterday.
Yeah.
We were talking about
He's-
Tom Wilson's cheap shots against the Rangers and how he's gotten away with basically doing whatever the hell he wants on the ice. And D-Mac's like, not my league.
Yeah.
So
Continues to be, Maz. We're going to get into this a little bit later, but
Yes.
it continues to be, and I have some very, very
Not mine.
heartfelt message of, I guess, prognostication if it continues of what will happen. So we'll get to that.
Yeah,
in a bit.
Tell us who brought these
We'll
in,
be
Mac.
Oh, Scotty questions.
Scotty Valley.
From
Yes.
Questionable Tees, our boy over at Stalls. Obviously, you know the name because he is the man that gets the draft picks for the NFL before Roger Goodell, right? Because Stalls
makes
puts
the jerseys.
on all
Yeah.
the jerseys that we saw at the draft. So Questionable Tees, we've started, and I reached out to him last night and got these done early on. So I love it, and it's
Yeah.
not my league, and it's even not Pilar's league.
Not mine
She
either.
even said
Yeah.
so.
I
That's
don't
it.
condone what we saw.
Look, I even got my name on it.
Of course you do. You all got your name.
We all got our
Awesome,
name on
man.
it.
Great
Other
shirt.
side. Yeah.
Good quality.
I like your shirt.
Thank you.
I
I just
like
put it
your
over
shirt,
my
too.
pull. I put it over my pullover.
Fish, Uncle
Fish
Luke.
has got it. We all got him around here.
Eazy D's got it. So
All right, so we're definitely be talking a lot more about the cheap shot that we saw Wilson take just a couple nights ago. But first, Maz, let's get to your sports update.
You got it, Pilar. Brought to you, as always, by our good friends at mybookie.ag. Don't forget to use the promo code Woodward10 now. That's a new promo code because guess what? We are giving you a free $10 entry on MyBookie. They'll also match your first deposit all the way up to $1,000. But if you use Woodward10, get on it now. You get a free shot at it. Let's see some love from the hookers and the woodies out there. Tigers lose again, this time to the Bo Sox, 11-7. Michael Fulmer didn't get out of the first inning. That's 6 straight losses, 16 of 18. Miggy's still hitless. He's batting 105. He will bat under 100 if he goes 0 for 4 tonight. Still 1 hit shy of Babe Ruth, tying him for 45th on the hit list tonight. Same 2 teams, Casey Mize and Martin Perez. Mize has lost 3 starts in a row, but he does have the only complete game for the Tigers this year. So maybe things are looking up. Tigers 8-22. That makes them last in the major leagues. How about the Torontos? The Blue Jays, they played in Dunedin. They play in Buffalo. They haven't played in Toronto in 2 years. Guess what? They'll be back in Buffalo starting on June the 1st. Look at that. They put that out. They're looking forward to going to play in Buffalo. They redid that stadium where the Buffalo Bisons play Triple-A ball. Pistons lost to Charlotte last night, 102-99. They're going down with a fight at least. 35 for Hamidou Diallo in the loss. Just 6 games to go in the season. They host the Grizz tomorrow night at LCA. Detroit last in the East at 19-47. That's good for second worst record in the NBA. They trail the Houston Rockets. Come on, you can catch them, guys. The draft lottery set for June 22nd. How about the Wings? They wrap up their season this weekend, Friday and Saturday night at Columbus. They missed the playoffs for a 5th straight year. Good news for Tyler Bertuzzi. He is going to be back for next season. He did undergo successful back surgery back in April 30th, so last weekend in New York City. He will be ready. By the way, the Rangers, not only are they fighting with the Capitals, they'll be playing tonight again at Madison Square Garden, but they'll be without their general manager. They can John Davidson, the guy that gave me nightmares back in the 80s, the former goalie and NBC announcer. He's been fired. Jeff Gorton has been fired too. Both were general managers. Rangers are missing the playoffs again. But yesterday, their management calls for the head of NHL player safety boss George Parros from the league for not suspending Tom Wilson, only fining him $5,000. Check this out, man. You don't see a team really, Mac, putting something like that out. Am I correct?
Well, and then are you not correct that 2 guys got fired the next day after that came out? So, that's the league. Wait till my bit, because it's just the league doing things ass backwards. But it's about what do you expect the accountability. So I mean, so does it go to the Rangers to? It's the unwritten rules, and you're gonna bitch and moan about the unwritten rules because you didn't protect your own guys with the guys in your lineup, and it's just a trickle down effect. I'll get to it, but it's sad. But that's the repercussion. So out of all this incident, you got 2 guys fired. A highly respected guy and whatever else. Obviously, I would expect it has to do with the league going, oh, we can't have that, Rangers and stuff like this, and lean on the record, obviously, getting a first rounder last year, making the playoffs, and then not making
Stealing the Red Wings pick.
Stealing the Red Wings pick,
That's right. And they got it all going their way. Hey, that's coming up on The Big Hook. Lions head coach Dan Campbell makes an announcement to Sirius XM Radio that he and DC Aaron Glenn are going to use the base 3-4 defense. Talked about the versatility of his 2 rookie D linemen, Levi Onwuzurike and Alim McNeil. They're going to need another tight end. Josh Hill announced his retirement without ever playing it down in Detroit. Guess what? They just signed another tight end. They bring in Darren Fells.
Fells.
So if D Fells, anyone that runs into Dan Campbell is going to have a spot on this team.
Good,
really. Because it's different than the Patricia and the Patriots where we're going, no, not another one.
Yep, and that just broke, 27 minutes ago?
Yeah, about 27. But he was in. We kind of knew he was in for a visit. But when you visit the Lions, they do not let you leave Allen Park without signing. So they signed Darren Fells.
Not if you're a character guy.
That's right. And they signed an undrafted tight end as well from Notre Dame. So who knows who's going to make the team. We'll know that coming up. By the way, next week we'll be announcing the NFL schedule. The schedule release next Thursday. Can't wait for it. We know who they're playing. We just don't know when they're going to be playing. Who's coming for Thanksgiving, by the way. And let's go this day in sports. We go 40 years ago today. Larry Bird, one of the greatest plays ever. Larry Bird goes Larry Bird on the Rockets in Game 1 of the NBA Finals. Check this out.
7 minutes left. Larry Bird follows his own shot. Oh, my God! As Boston now has outscored Houston 12-4.
Watch Bird on this shot. He goes off the screen by Parrish. He shoots the ball. Reed jumps down, doesn't box him off. Now he takes off. He sees the ball coming to the right. Look at this great play. Just flips.
Unbelievable. Gary Bender on the call. I used to love Gary Bender, and of course Rick Barry as well on the analysis. So that was great, man. He switched his hands in midair after following his own shot up. Larry Bird goes Larry Bird, and I got good news for New Yorkers and people that love the arts. Broadway tickets on sale tomorrow in New York City. Shows open September the 14th.
Wow.
100% capacity. Governor Cuomo makes that announcement earlier today. So New York City, it's officially open.
Wow.
Pretty
Good
cool,
for
huh?
them.
That is
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Took a long time, man.
So I mean, look.
that's
it's
the
been a
heart of
long
New
time.
York.
It's been a long time for all of us. It's all of us. It's felt like
So good
eternity
news
for
coming.
all of us. So, all right, guys. Before we really get into the show, happy Cinco de Mayo. Does anybody have big plans for tonight?
Used to be a big day. Now it's
Not even like
tacos.
tacos or
Yeah,
something
I
you
don't know.
celebrate?
We'll probably run into some.
You'll
Taco Bell's
run into
probably got a
some-
special.
Taco Bell.
I'm kidding. Come on, man.
I say, please, you
Oh,
guys
by
are
the
welcome
way,
to come
this-
over to my
this
house
is-
then, okay? Like,
This is a food update, but I heard word from one of our hookers in Jenna Newman, and she did try.
Hello,
she,
Newman.
She tried the garlic parmesan. She liked it. She liked the
She gave it
poutine, everything. She said Detroit Wing Company. So I say that because she won her gift certificate later on when we do our trivia. So she used Detroit Wing Company, and she was satisfied.
yeah, that's great news.
How about you? Do you
We
got a
didn't-
big tequila
we
night?
didn't doubt
Is
it.
it? This is like a holiday in your
Oh,
house?
you know it. You know it. I mean, it's Cinco de Drinko in my world. We're going to have a good time like we always do. What do you
Hello,
Jerry. Hello, Newman.
I was like,
That's
what
for
are you
you, Jenna.
queuing up over here?
That's
What
for
are
you, Jenna.
queuing up?
Tonight, my girls and my wife love Mexican food. It's their favorite. We're either Kathy and the girls will either whip up fresh tacos, or I think what did we have last week? We had fajitas last week. Today, they'll do tacos, or they'll go to our favorite establishment in St. Clair Shores and grab those puffy tacos, which are unbelievable.
Wow.
Myself, I'm not a big Mexican fan, food-wise. I'll eat it because they love it, but those puffy tacos are damn good.
They're really good.
They are so good.
Yeah. Now
Yeah,
we're
who's
gonna
they?
we're gonna
Who's them?
What?
They
They.
like it.
He said they love it.
the girls.
No, I don't
Yeah,
understand.
can you name the
Peruvian
company?
there.
You're just gonna go nameless?
I guess I could, but the name slipped my mind, so I just kind of skipped over it. But it
Puffy
is one of our
tacos.
favorite places. It'll come to me.
We're gonna be making.
Oh, you don't
some-
know it?
I do know it, but it slipped my
Walnut.
mind. I'm
Okay,
old.
because maybe I'd want to go there one
You
Saturday or
will
Sunday.
want to go.
And if I don't know the name, I can't go.
I got you.
Absolutely.
I'm going to
Fish.
tell you
Nicely
right this
done.
second, Fish.
We're gonna be having some
Accountability, Maz. Accountability.
walnut
Get me started
chorizo
early.
Son of a
tacos
gun.
with black beans in my household tonight. That's how we
Love
make our
black
I love
beans
chorizo.
and
Pizza
rice.
Gallo.
We're definitely going to be making some of that. So
El
let us know
Charro.
how
They're
you
gonna be
guys.
making some of that. Like just no. I mean, it just
El Charro,
none of
by
us
the
that
way.
aren't as talented.
You don't think for 2 seconds that
I think for
I
5
would-
seconds I'm super
Thanks,
jealous
man.
I would
because
buy.
you know how to make.
Wait, I would say you don't think that I would buy.
No,
pico
no,
de
no, 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 no.
gallo.
I think
Okay.
I'm super jealous because you've been making it all your life and you know how to
Okay.
make it.
I
Like
was
if
gonna
I
say.
took you to Leamington and gave you some tomatoes or cucumbers or stuff, it'd be the best you ever had because obviously, capital of Canada. There you go.
My husband came home one time and he was like, "Why don't I have any hot sauce made?" And I go, "You are way too spoiled to be able to say like." Why don't I have any fresh salsa made? Why
You're
don't I have
mean.
any?
Hey,
fresh
Maz, why don't
hot
we have any
sauce
fresh
made?
salsa
Like,
before
She's
we get
mean,
in?
isn't she?
Yeah,
She didn't want to wait
all
on
the
it when he
guy
had
wants.
COVID.
What are you talking about?
She's
He's
bitching
great.
because he
Got
asked
to
for
crawl
more
out of the
food.
basement.
Yeah.
And he
He
locked him up.
What do you-
Forgot to tell
why-
him
why are you
about
so
the
mean
chain,
to
the
him?
bike chain that he had.
I wouldn't pip him out for $1 million. You're right,
No,
guys.
20
I'm a
million.
terrible wife. Not 20. Nobody said 20 million.
Chad
but
did.
No, I wouldn't do it for 20 million.
Chad
I
did.
wouldn't. I still want to do it for 20 million.
Right.
All right, guys.
You're full of shit.
No, I'm serious. I'm serious.
20 million?
Maz is
20
full of shit.
Look
Maz,
at
you're still digging
Maz's
yourself out of the
face.
holes when you just sold on the first offer.
Yeah, I didn't even get through that whole sentence when I said, "Would you let?" and you said yes for $1 million.
10 grand?
See, he's still
20
trying.
grand?
He's still trying to cover his tracks.
He's got new floors coming in. He'd do it for anything right now.
They're
That's
painting my house now.
taco.
terrible.
Inside or outside?
Inside.
Oh, how's that?
It's-
You're in a
it's-
pretty good mood.
Terrible.
It sucks. I can't even sit down and watch my TV. It's covered. I had to unplug everything. I don't even know if I could plug the damn thing back in.
Listen, I said
There's so many plugs.
Amazing
I
you're
would
such in
get-
a good mood today then.
I would get another job. And I'd have my little kids coming in here selling chiclets if we needed the money
And
that
I told you,
bad
Girl
that I
Scout
was
cookies.
Here,
and
have some of this.
They'd be all set. There you
Don't
go.
judge. Don't judge. It's Cinco de Mayo.
Cinco de Mayo.
Where's my 8 Mile vodka?
There you go.
You know, you guys already make sure that that the tops are always open for me. So
Hey, I have to tell you
All
my
right, guys.
Mexican place in St. Clair Shores, El Charro.
You said it.
Charro.
already.
I know, but you guys kept talking over it, so I had to stop.
We heard it. We heard it. Fish,
heard it. I heard it.
All right, we know we got a call coming up, so keep the phone lines ringing 313-552-60.
We're only taking Mexican calls today.
322. That is not true.
It is.
We're going to take all calls, and especially the calls
What do you
for-
mean by Mexican calls?
From downtown Detroit.
You have
From
to say something in Spanish to you, like
Oh,
sí
my
or-
gosh. All right.
from Mexican Village. If
We-
you come from Mexican Village, we'll take your call.
We've
Hello, Jerry.
Hello, Newman.
so much more coming up, guys. Stick around because we are going to be getting to this whole fiasco that Mr. Wilson has created with his cheap shot. So stick around. You're tuning into The Hook on Woodward Sports Network.
Bridge Street Exchange, downtown Fenton. I'm trying to find me a shirt. Ooh, look at these swimming shorts. What are you doing over there, Stick?
I'm trying to find me a drink. Ooh, look at these bonfire bitters.
Ready for summer.
Let's go.
Hey guys, it's Maz for our good friends at Hall Financial. I'm always asking you this, but it's true. Have you checked your mortgage lately? If it's more than 3%, and it probably is, you need to call Hall Financial right away for a free 5-minute mortgage checkup. That's it, 5 minutes. Hall Financial is fast. They do all the heavy lifting for you. So go to davidhallmortgage.com now to get started. If you're paying more than 3%, you're paying too much. You might even be able to take down some of the years. If you have a 20 or 30-year mortgage, you might be able to take it down to 15 or even less than that. Make the call and tell them your good friends at Woodward Sports sent you. Hall Financial, lower payments, better options, and more personal attention.
Welcome back to The Hook on Woodward Sports Network. All right, guys, so yesterday we brought you guys our thoughts on the cheap shot that Tom Wilson took just a couple nights ago. It was 2 nights ago. It feels like it was forever ago. Then last night we saw the New York Rangers released a tweet on their thought on the whole scenario, how this whole thing was handled. We have the tweet up on our screen, but they say it right there, their very first line. The New York Rangers are extremely disappointed that the Capitals forward Tom Wilson was not suspended for his horrifying act of violence last night at Madison Square Garden. Wilson is a repeat offender with a long history of these type of acts, and we find it shocking that the NHL and their Department of Player Safety failed to take the appropriate action and suspended him immediately. Wilson's dangerous and reckless actions caused an injury to, help me out here, my friend.
George,
No.
to Artemi Panarin, the bread man.
That will prevent him from playing again this season. We view this as a, you're going to have to help me. Dereliction of duty by NHL head of player safety George Peros, and believe he is unfit to continue in his current role. All right, guys, remember, English is my second language, so words like
ESL.
Yeah, I'm just saying that one was a little hard.
Mine too.
Yeah, you got it.
phonetically. Yeah, okay, but either way,
What's yours,
let's not
Matt?
take
Canadian?
away.
What?
What's
My
your
second
first?
language is English.
I thought it was
Not
Canadian.
Canadian.
No, first is
it would
Canadian.
be
Eh?
French. Oh, Canadian. Eh?
Come on, eh?
All right,
Out
guys. So
about.
let's not take away. Let's not let our shenanigans take away from how strong that statement was.
And today they let their general manager, both of them, fired. John Davidson canned, Jeff Gorton canned at Madison Square Garden. Rangers aren't making the playoffs again. They had the #1 pick. You heard Mac earlier today. They got their guy that the Red Wings should have had.
Alexis Lafreniere.
Yeah, Lafreniere should have been a Red Wing. He wasn't. Red Wings, I think, with 30 points worse than the Rangers, and the Rangers picked over him. So just another baffling move by the NHL. And this guy, George Peros, like we said yesterday, does this guy have stake in the game?
Yeah.
How do you not suspend
All right.
this idiot?
Snuff. Stop.
Take
Ridiculous. George Peros has 200 fights under his belt, right? He's a former tough guy. He's actually an Ivy League graduate, right? The fact that you're going to sit here, I don't think that there's any stake in the game. But what has happened since this has happened is the accountability, right? Because what's going to happen next? Because what happens just after that? We got a couple clips from the Pittsburgh Penguins, Philadelphia Flyers last night. Now, there's a couple that I'm going to bring to the attention because I was on Twitter last night and I saw these come up. There's a Sidney Crosby and Travis Konechny incident, but there's also an incident at the end of the game. Do you have those, Easy?
Yep.
Yeah, which one you want first?
Give me the Gloucestershire.
No, you want
Give me the Crosby Konechny to show you. Okay, Sidney Crosby, obviously, one of the greatest players in the game, and Travis Konechny. Right, so here's the one thing. These two go ahead. That is nothing like what Tom Wilson did. Plus, these are two top-line guys that are going to go at each other. And, yes, it's sort of the accountability, but that is nothing. What this $5,000 fine to Tom Wilson did, because it's like having a dog that has bitten in the past. It has bit people. It has to been put in the crate. It has to have been trained by Cesar Millan. It has to have gone through all this, and yet it still bites. That is the Tom Wilson. So $5,000, but this is what it does. I'm going to show you a play here. Defenseman Shane Gloucestershire, also known as the Ghost, which I think is because he's scared of his own shadow, which you have guys, you've enabled guys that are water bugs or guys that to be bigger than the game because what's it going to affect? Their pocketbook? Because what Tom Wilson, it's not about, and John Scott, the former tough guy, said it yesterday, it's not about the actions, it's about what you're allowing moving forward. And show this clip because this is cheap. Empty net goal at the end of the game. Boom, cross check. That is the dirtiest. And even though he didn't get hit, but the fact that you'd even think about doing that means there's no respect. So here's the one thing, right? Which is just, that is, you can absolutely hurt somebody. So until somebody gets killed or paralyzed, which is the way the league's going because there's no respect. This is what us old tough guys or accountability. Brant Myers, who we had on the show, obviously, sobriety and the painkillers, but he was the guy that fought. He brought up a great point. He said, when your top guy like Anteri Panarin and stuff gets hit like this or this goes on, there's 10 pairs of gloves on the ice. Everybody's involved. It doesn't matter who it is. That's the whole fact, is that nobody gets involved. Now, with that, it's the accountability. Accountability. You've allowed it to go to this point, so now guys are just going to tee off on each other in careless ways and reckless ways, right? So you have to move forward. It's because of what you're allowing. It's not that we want goons and instigators and stuff like this, but we want accountability before somebody gets paralyzed, which is what's coming. And that's what it goes down to, the Tom Wilson, where it's setting the precedence that everything else is fair game. And to me, it's disgusting. And it's not my league, right? Not my league. And it makes, Pilar and Maz and everybody out there, I will bitch and moan about the speed and this and that. It's not my game and not that game, but I can be a fan of this game and cheer this game and the kids that are trying to chain their dream and to win cups and do all that. But what I can't do is to vulnerable truth with integrity of somebody going out and watching when people aren't protected. And the league's gone the exact other way. So I'd rather see guys standing out there punching each other in the face where you get a cut and a broken nose or maybe a broken jaw that you're not going to lose your life from. You get hit from behind, you go in the wrong way. You know, guys punching guys on the ground, doing stuff like that. There is no place in the NHL, in my NHL for it. But again, this isn't my NHL, so I guess it's a good thing. Wrestling's my favorite sport because I'm never disappointed. That is my league. NHL, not my league.
So let me ask you this then. I mean, that was very passionate. But let's just go back to, why is Tom Wilson not being suspended?
Right. So
but
you tell me why George Peros hasn't come out or somebody hasn't said, but this is why or this is why not. The fact that, and here's the thing, Pilar, watch. Maz brought this up. Do you know that the Rangers and Washington play tonight, right? Which is the back-to-back. This should be March 26, 97 for the Rangers to get back on what happened. But again, nobody had their gloves off except for the Washington guys in that scrum. New York's got nobody in their roster, nobody in their minor leagues. This is a detriment to the fact of what they have in protecting themselves. So Tom Wilson, he has no fear. There's nobody out there, and if the league's not going to suspend him because he's not afraid of his paycheck because it's $5,000, which is, I don't know, top of my head, he probably makes about $70,000 a game. So what is that? That doesn't deter me from doing anything stupid, even more when you've proven you've done stupid shit in the past.
Man,
so it doesn't change anything. Tonight, so what's going to go on? Nothing.
How long before they drop the gloves?
Who's dropping the gloves?
Yeah. The Rangers are gonna come back at him tonight. They are.
With who? I get it. So whatever, but it's the same point as somebody tweeted to Sean last night. Hey, and the fact that he had to tweet it out, because we're talking about the unwritten rules that we all grow up into in sports. And if you're a hockey player, no matter what, there's accountability or to take care of it. You don't need to be told. Now the fact that, do you think something's going to be done or whatever, the fact that you're talking about it wide open, right? No, it can't, because now if somebody does something nice, this is when the league, being stupid, is going to come down and give this guy $20,000 fine or suspend him 5 games for something that has happened, right? What I'm trying to say is that this is, as you extinguish the enforcer or the guy on the end of your bench that strikes fear, what happens is now the smaller guys get braver, and the bigger guys, they got nobody to hold them accountable because even the league won't. So what does it mean? It'll be interesting, Maz. So you'd think right off the bat, if somebody wanted to make a name for himself, he'd go after him and warm up.
Yeah.
Start a brawl. I would.
They might
sign me for a game. I'm in.
They're gonna be warned. The referees will warn them. The president, the vice president of the league.
But then what?
They will get fined.
Then what? They're gonna get
really? But the $5,000 fine for what Tom Wilson did.
All right, but we can put the fines on the side right now.
Well, but if you tell me go in there,
because I'm going in there going, you only fine him $5,000, so I can at least two-hand him over the head.
$5,000.
I'll get suspended.
Here's the kicker. I've done some homework on this. Do you know right now, Alexei Ovechkin? He is the captain of the Capitals. Pilar, I'm going to ask you a question.
Okay.
Actually, I can't ask you a question. You probably won't know who this Capital is.
Okay.
But I'll ask both of you.
Okay.
Who do you think the Capitals would have as their captain if Ovechkin wasn't there?
It would be Nick Backstrom.
No.
Or Tom Wilson.
It's Tom Wilson.
I was going to say it would be Tom Wilson.
He is
I just felt
loved on that team.
Every other team wants this guy. Yeah. He's a rare commodity because of the edge he plays on. But what I'm saying for the safety, and it's gotten over, because usually the league would step in and go, no, Tommy boy, here's a fine, here's a suspension, get back in your lane, and it would take him back in. Right now, you're just giving him the green light and everybody else the green light, like Goss's fear, whatever friggin'. To do that. That's what bothers me. That's what bothers me. It's not tough guy on tough guy or skill guy on skill guy. That was the Crosby's thing. Skill on skill, that these two have had face-offs, battled, that's different. Then you have a tough guy on a goal scorer. It's just the simplicity of the gladiator mentality back in the day of right and wrong is gone. There's no right and wrong in this game.
Hey, quick break. We got Mickey Redmond on the hotline. What more do you want to talk about, Red Wing fans? Yeah, we got the Mick on the line. Keep it right here on The Hook on Woodward Sports.
I'm looking to bring on another HVAC tech right now.
We're recruiting 5 to 10 techs a month.
We're looking to grow and expand. Every new tech we hire is from Northwestern Tech.
The hands-on training is fantastic.
They're always my first call.
We love hiring Northwestern Tech grads.
They come out trained and ready to work.
Our program is only 10.5 months, and our next classes are starting soon. So why wait?
I'm looking to hire a graduate of Northwestern Tech. Northwestern Tech.
Northwestern Tech.
Northwestern Tech.
Welcome back to The Hook on Woodward Sports Network. All right, guys, keeping the talk going about this terrible incident that happened in the NHL just a couple nights ago where Tom Wilson took another cheap shot. So joining us today, we've got former NHL star Mickey Redmond joining us. Hey, Ricky, welcome to the show.
Hi, guys. How you doing?
Hey,
What's
Mick.
up, Doc?
Can you hear me?
We hear you,
Mick.
Mick.
Okay.
We can hear you great.
Thanks for taking the time, man.
No worries. No
Hey.
worries. Always great to have a little hot stove, talk some hockey.
We love you, Mick. And Mickey, of course, you can hear him on every Red Wing game with Ken Daniels on Bally's Sports Detroit. How many times have you said Fox Sports Detroit, Mick?
You mean since Bally took over?
Yeah.
Maybe one. Maybe one. You knew it was going to happen.
I know.
But,
I know.
You know what? It's been a pretty seamless takeover. So thank God for that. And we only got 2 games left. So we'll by the time training camps come in September, hopefully we'll get all the kinks worked out and be ready to rock and roll.
All right, Mick.
Good to talk to you, Doctor. Mickey Redmond, obviously.
How are you, Mac?
Everything bingo, bango, bongo. But before we get into the shenanigans of this freaking NHL and everything, what do you take from the Detroit Red Wings this season, and what do you pass on to the fans as far as the progress, I guess, that you've seen?
Well, I think probably without a doubt, Michael Rasmussen has, I'd say, made the most of his opportunity, his second or third opportunity, and he's a changed young man. I think he's growing up both on and off the ice, and he's going to become a major contributor in a lot of different ways to this team, whether it's killing penalties or being a net front presence on the power play or going up against other guys defensively. At 6'6" and 225, Darren, that's a pretty big body, and his feet have been moving really good. He's worked on his skating, and it's pretty obvious that it's improved a ton. So I think he's the number one guy that's really jumped out. I think Zadina is also beginning to do things in a much more calmer way and not out of duress or scrambling, and that's on the ice. Here in Detroit, I think the other story, of course, is Seider over in Sweden. And Joe Veleno, who just came here. I think Joe Veleno in 4 games looks not out of place one bit. So I'm glad to see him here, and I think he'll be a regular on this hockey team next year. The young guys are making the right steps in the right direction. That's the bottom line, and that's what a rebuild is all about.
Mick, can you give me, and I said that I like that, obviously, when I heard the Anthony Mantha trade, I didn't expect him to go, but the bottom line was I was like, well, what did we get in return? Because if it was too good to be true, it was. I think that the fact that you talked about Philip Erdina and Jakub Verana coming over, the fact that they're Czechs and Rasmussen gaining some ice time, but so next year, what do you expect these guys going into the draft, what they're going to focus on, or is it time for that goaltender to look for the future, or do you expect them to look defensively, or more they're going to go for, they know that they can keep the puck out of the net, they've proven that, especially in this last month, but are they going to get some goal scorers on the roster?
Well, you just touched on a real sore spot right there. That's goal scoring. So I would think that their number one priority, if it's in front of them, wherever they may pick, is going to be offense, and that would be somebody like a Caulfield, who's taken over in Montreal, a short sample, mind you, but somebody that could put the puck in the net. They are just starving to get goals, and that's their biggest need right now. I think they've really buckled down well defensively. The goaltending is really been, for the most part, very, very good all year, and they just haven't gotten enough support to be able to get more wins. So I think goal scoring certainly would be a priority, and if they could, I'd say if they can grab a big centerman, that would be the place to go.
Hey, Mick, I wanted to ask you about the shenanigans the other night. I know you like to use the word shenanigans as well, between the Rangers and the Capitals, and Tom Wilson, who is a very good player but knows his way around the penalty box, been suspended over 30 games, fined over $1.3 million, and he picks 2 fights, and he slams the poor Ranger, what's his name again?
Butskayev or
Panarin.
Yeah, the bread man.
Oh, you're talking Buchnevich and Panarin.
Panarin. To me, that's above and beyond, man. And they fined the guy $5,000, and D-Mac is going around saying this stuff should not happen because it's only going to get worse. It's open season, basically, to just do what the hell you want out there on the ice.
Yeah, I wouldn't disagree with that, but I personally think the NHL has set themselves up for this to happen. I've stated for a long time that not so much the fighting, but the way they hit each other and the speed at which they're going when they do it is responsible for a lot of these injuries and concussions. And that, and the fact that they don't allow guys to protect themselves when somebody's coming after them, like we used to be able to do. And now, if you protect yourself by getting your stick up, they're gonna crucify you for that. And it's like almost like open season. I hit you, you hit me. I've been against it from the beginning. The game is way too fast, and you got 225-pound guys running around at 25 miles an hour, and there's no, I'd like to get some. I can't do it. I don't know where to go, but I'd like to have somebody check for me how many times the word charging or boarding is used anymore in a penalty. It just doesn't seem to me very often, and it's been going on for a long time, and I don't know whether the powers to be think that that's the intriguing part of our game. I totally disagree, because all those hits are doing is trying to hurt people. And basically, Darren, you can attest to this better than anybody. If somebody's trying to hurt you, you're going to go, I don't think so. If it's you or me, it ain't going to be me. And you're going to do anything you can to protect yourself from that guy trying to run you, whether it's run you, fight you, high stick you, board you, hit you from behind, whatever it is. They got to find a way to allow players to protect themselves.
Well, here's the big thing too, Mick, and you could talk to this about the team toughness, right? You don't see that, like back in the day watching films. If there was a tough guy, like I was telling these guys yesterday, Kevin McGuire grabbed Yzerman the one day, and Proby lost his shit and fought through the linesman until he got him, and eventually slid on his knees to drill him. It doesn't matter. Back in the day, if one of the guys was in, everybody was in, right? You don't see that anymore. It is too, in my opinion, the way they officiate it. And the fact that, how does the league just fine him for $5,000 in Tom Wilson? Because to me, then you see the play, I showed it earlier, of Goss's fear, a blatant cheap shot after the empty net to the Pittsburgh guy last night. Somebody's gonna literally. I'm afraid, and this is the fear is I'm afraid that somebody's gonna get seriously hurt or paralyzed, because that's just the accountability. So what can be done in your opinion?
Well, there's only one thing that can be done, and that's punishment. We, not that it was right, but we used to have to play through that kind of stuff all the time, and it was definitely not right. It was very difficult to have to deal with, but that's the way it was back in our day in a lot of cases. I think when those guys cross-check each other, like the play you're referring to there, I saw that play happen. And I said to my wife, I had that happen to me. And there was no penalty on the play or nothing. But I remember getting hit in the back. A guy swung his stick like a Paul Bunyan over his head, and I was on a breakaway. And I didn't even feel it till later because I was so focused in on scoring. And when I saw the video later, it was like, are you serious? I mean, a two-hander right behind the back of my head, right down my back. That's the way it was when those defensemen, you went through them and made them look a little bit silly. You had to put up with it.
Well,
it didn't make it right, and it was they've almost gone in a lot of cases to the other side of the track on this stuff. But I just don't think that they've been diligent enough in punishing this stuff right from the beginning. This last one here with Tom, and I love Tom Wilson the way he plays the game. God dang, this guy's he's a great hockey player, but he crosses the line a lot, and there are 31 other teams that love to have him on their team. But I've often said that no matter how tough the guy is, if they feel like they're going to get, well, I hate to even say this, hit over the head with no helmets back in our day, it happened. I hate to tell you, it happened. But the bottom line is, once it happened, those same guys that were trying to intimidate me or somebody else like me, I weighed 160 pounds, Darren, when I started in the NHL. I mean, it was ridiculous. And I wasn't going to beat up anybody, way too small. So my equalizer, my father said, was a stick in your hands. That's the bottom line. And you got to use that stick. And if they're going to run at you, use it. And by God, he said, even the toughest guy, Mickey, when he gets to realize that you may use that stick on him or you do use it, he's going to think twice before he comes running at you again. And that's exactly what you want. And they've lost that in the NHL because they don't allow them to protect each other.
Right.
So they're running each other down, and there's more injuries now than you can shake a stick at. And it's too bad. I feel bad for these kids because your original comment about somebody seriously being hurt, whether it's a broken neck or whatever, a broken back, and you never walk. I mean, it's just crazy stuff. And if they don't nip it in the bud, they're gonna have a big problem on their hands going forward.
Mickey Redmond joins us, Bally Sports, Detroit Red Wings television analyst, and of course, former great Red Wing and Montreal Canadian back in the day. And I wanted to ask you about tonight's game, Capitals and the Red Wing, Capitals and the Rangers from Madison Square Garden. I mean, Mick, how long? What's the over/under minutes into the game? I'm setting the over/under at 1 second before they drop the gloves.
You think?
Yeah.
Well, let me ask you this: who do you think's going to drop the gloves with Tom Wilson?
I know.
The Rangers.
I know.
Nick Petiou. You remember Nick Petiou?
Of course. Of course.
He was a boxer, though. Killer. But here's the thing.
There is nobody. Darren said it. There's nobody.
I said if anybody wants to make a point, you might as well go out of them and warm up. Make a splash, right? Because they don't have, then they've set themselves up. Mick, do you read into the firing of John Davison and Scott Gordon because of the comments made by the Rangers about, George Parros?
They were the ones who signed it.
Absolutely not.
No, they just stink.
No. No. What do you mean?
I think Davidson got fired today. Davidson and Jeff Gorton got fired from the Rangers. The general managers, they both got canned. So Darren is asking you, do you think it was because they put out that statement yesterday going after George Parros, or do you think it's because the Rangers are missing the playoffs again?
Yeah.
That's absurd.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
That's absurd.
According to the New York Post, they're basically saying that it was after signing. They were the ones who signed their name on that letter that was sent out.
So what?
Right?
I mean, so certain people don't have to be accountable or be called out? Are you serious?
Isn't that something?
Good God.
Well, that's what happens, Mick, when you put a basketball guy from New York in charge of a hockey league.
Right. I would say it says that they were both dismissed by CEO Jim Dolan. A source told.
That's your problem. Yeah. You got Dolan.
That's what the source told the Post. But
that's disgusting.
Mick, let me ask you.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Let me ask you this, because I feel like if nobody's able to speak out like these guys, like the general manager did and their president did, and speak out and say that what happened was disgusting and it was harmful and a player is out for the rest of the season because of this terrible hit, how is anything supposed to change? Who's supposed to? You got some people in the league, some of the players saying the media's blowing this out of proportion. You got Capitals fans saying that everybody else is just being a big fat baby about this. I mean, you've seen players in the NHL. There's the players that had to step up and say, listen, players are, Kevin Everett almost died on the field. He was paralyzed. We all saw it on the field. We saw that nasty hit happen. Players are coming out and saying these hits are too aggressive. These concussions are serious. In Formula One, there was a time that 1 out of every 25 drivers out of the start of the season was going to die because the organization wasn't stepping up. So now it was after the drivers started speaking up and after the NFL players started speaking up so much, things started changing in their leagues. What's going to happen or have to happen in the NHL for this to happen? You get upper management saying stuff and then they get fired the next day.
Well, if they got fired, it's an if, because of the letter they wrote, and I'm not sure if I saw it all. I thought I did. They basically called for George Parros to be fired.
Correct.
Right?
Yes.
If they got fired for that, the message that's being sent by whomever is out of control. It's ridiculous.
Yep.
Absolutely ridiculous. They're not allowed to criticize somebody.
Right.
They didn't do anything more than say he's unfit to do his job. So what? That's my opinion. is what Davidson and Gordon said. And they're certainly entitled to their opinion. So the message that it probably sends to everybody is, oh, don't ever criticize one of our people here in New York. Because if you do, you're in trouble. Well, that's the cart before the horse. It's got it all backwards. That's ludicrous. And that's really, really too bad. I'm sorry to hear that. Davidson's a good friend of mine.
Yeah.
I don't know the coach, but good God, that's I don't know. Unless there's more to it than we know. The Rangers have not had a good year. I know that. But who wrote the story that said they're getting fired for the criticism?
I mean, it
Larry
was
Brooks?
on the New York Post. Larry Brooks, and it said after It said after, like following the release of the statement signed by them. They were the signers.
Well, that doesn't necessarily mean it was because of the statement. It means following the statement.
Right.
After the statement was made, they've been fired. So, you know what? That statement doesn't tell me that they got fired because of it. Although it's intended to make you think that way, that's for sure. You know, it's a word game. But it's terrible. That's really, really bad. I'm really sorry to hear that. But the bottom line is that the players really need to be aware of their own health and safety, and it doesn't seem like they're afraid to speak up in a lot of areas these days. So certainly they need to. NHLPA is pretty strong right now, Darren. So they should be able to say, hey, listen, you know what? You need to punish people more. I don't know why they don't speak up. They're afraid of their own people on their own team getting fined more or losing more games, and so what? But you need to clean the game up from the severity that you're all talking about. Then that's the way to do it. There's only two things that hockey players understand and are afraid of and appreciate. That's get ice time and money. And if you cut their ice time, they're not going to be happy. And if they lose money, they're not going to be happy. Those are two things that they don't want to see happen. So if you punish to the crime, then it'll stop it. If you let players protect themselves like they need to, the guys initiating this junk will cut it back. There's no question about that.
Actually, I need to make a quick clarification.
I hate to tell you some of the things that went on in the day, but you know what? It didn't make it right, but we had to live with it. And Darren, you guys, even in your day, there was a lot of stuff that went on that we look now and go, geez, are you serious? That's crazy. But bottom line, it did happen, and it is the game is cleaner in a lot of ways. But I think it's a lot more dangerous today than it ever was then because of the speed of the game. It's a track meet, and these players don't know how to get out of the way, and the injuries are just mounting so high, it's crazy, and they're severe injuries to boot. So the Tom Wilson thing, you know what? Back a while ago, I'll never forget, Darren, I don't know if you were around, but there was a guy in Chicago by the name of Kriva Krasov. Remember the Russian guy?
Kriva Krasov.
And he went after Proby one night. He's a little wee guy.
Yeah.
And he went after Probert, who had a great reputation for being tough and fighting, and was slashing him all over the ankles when Probert was trying to freeze a puck. And I thought to myself, oh boy, things are changing. You know, the kid didn't want to fight him, but things were changing, and they've really changed now. Guys have no fear that they got to stand up and fight like they used to have to, so they do whatever they want to do.
Absolutely.
And they don't have to be accountable for it.
No accountability,
so,
Mick.
I think we've lost some of that. Too bad.
Amen.
And I'm not advocating fighting either.
Who's your Stanley Cup Finals, and who's the champ?
Oh boy, there's some really good teams, at least right now. Vegas and Colorado, unbelievable in the West. My God. Minnesota's really good the last couple of months. I don't know if they've got enough to go down the stretch. Over on this side, the Toronto Maple Leafs, I think if their goaltending holds up, probably have a good shot at it. They're very, very good. And who am I missing in the middle?
Carolina? Tampa?
Carolina. I'll tell you what, Carolina and Tampa, Florida,
yeah.
It looks like Florida and Tampa Bay are probably going to play each other.
Right.
And that'll be one hell of a good series. Boy, oh boy. And if there's one team that can beat Tampa Bay, it's Florida. They got all the makings, and they're playing, I think they play each other here in the next couple of days as well.
Yeah.
So to see who gets home ice advantage, they're probably going to finish second and third. Home ice is going to be huge because they got fans in the stands down there. Carolina is probably going to get first, and they're going to play most likely now it looks like Nashville. So
yeah, 1 versus 4.
Those would be the bunches of I'd pick out of for who's going forward. But I can tell you one thing, guys. Whatever has happened here, in spite of the Wilson thing and the discipline thing that everybody's disappointed in and all that stuff, I think the NHL through last year's bubble and the playoffs as a whole has done an unbelievable job in getting this thing done. And then this year with the COVID cases, we've had some severity, but not a lot.
Vancouver.
They've done an incredible job of doing what was needed to do to keep this thing at a minimal as we get through this dang pandemic. So a lot of people behind the scenes that we never know of and never hear of need to take a bow on the way they've gotten things done here in the last year and a half.
Mick, how about the Islanders? You forgot them.
I didn't forget them. You like that New York group. You like that New York group, eh, Tommy?
You know that. Come on, Mick.
It's gross, Mick. It's gross.
I forgot the Devils, too, Tom.
I know, Mick, but they're not winning this year. That was Mick's nickname for me. He always just called me Jersey. Hey, Jersey, how you doing?
Listen, I tell you what, the Islanders are they know how to win with Barry and Blue and that guys over there. They can shut it down like nobody's business. I just wonder whether they can score enough to be able to compete with these big dogs. That's the big thing for me. Can they get enough goals? Who would you say who's their best goal scorer? Barzal?
Yeah, that's it. They don't have much, Mick. They'll try to win. They'll try to win like the old Devils, the old trap game. Remember that?
Yeah.
Back in '95. I know you remember that. Sorry, Mac.
Oh, are you kidding me?
Shut your mouth.
Sorry, Mac.
Dirty devil.
Hey, listen. I was up in the UP a couple years ago, and I was speaking to some people, and there was a guy in the crowd that I didn't know he was there, and I was talking about the 96 and 97 and 98 and all the Stanley Cups and all the good stuff. And when I was all done, took some questions, and this guy by the name of Randy McKay stood up and he said, "Hey, Mickey."
I love Randy McKay.
Forgot to talk about 95.
Doesn't start that, Nick.
Randy's a great guy.
Great guy.
But that was we got to come up in that series against the Devils. That's for sure.
Hey, Mick, man, thanks a million for coming on.
That was it's my pleasure. Always good to have a hot stove with you guys. And hockey's the greatest game in the world, and can't get enough of it, guys.
All right, brother. We'll look forward to hearing you a couple more times, and then you can have the rest of the time off to wear your flannels.
Are you kidding me, Maz? He's between the barn and one of the dig dugs right now.
He's got his
going
flannel
to pull
on.
trees or do something. Enjoy, Mick.
Yeah,
thanks, bud.
I'm getting on a backhoe real shortly.
That's
here.
what I thought. Exactly. I know you are.
We're moving some dirt. So good to talk to you guys. Have a great day.
Thanks, man.
Thanks, Mickey.
Mickey Redmond, Bally Sports Detroit.
Couple things, Maz. Thank you to your Devils, because I always say if you didn't beat us, I wouldn't have 4. And also, too, Mickey brought up a great point, because if you watch the goal, the only time I scored one-on-one and you beat somebody in my career for that 97 goal, and you can watch it in the opener, Michel Petit actually swings his stick and hits me in the corner of the eye, right? And it's just like Mickey said about getting hit in the face. Like, I had a black eye, like yellow, but the stick caught me at a point right here, that the point of the stick. But you don't know in that moment and stuff till after. But if you see the end of that play, when I cut, he hits me and it gets me right here.
Lousy
so
flyer.
when you're saying about being accountable and stuff like that, but that's what we were always taught. Right, that's what I tell Drapes or Maltz. Tread water, get the stick up till I get there.
Right.
Tread water till I get there. But right here, watch, and the guy coming from the back check. So watch the right corner of my. Boom! Right there, got me.
You didn't feel that, did you?
I didn't feel it.
You didn't feel it.
You didn't feel it, really?
No. Got me right at the end there when he slapped me. Got me right here. I didn't feel it. No,
so yeah, you didn't seem like it
I was more
affected
worried
you.
about nailing the triple pirouette in the corner.
That was beautiful.
Right when I
it was
go,
beautiful. Look
watch
at
the
it.
stick, bang, right there, and so the toe of it hit me right in the corner of the eye.
Did you say anything to him in the handshake?
No, I didn't even know till after.
All right.
Wow.
I think my grandma said, "What happened to your eye, honey?"
Oh my gosh. Fish, do we have a caller? Who do we have joining us?
Yes, ma'am. We have Pete joining us today, who's going to give us some lovely knowledge before we head into Maz's sports update. Like that segue?
I like it.
I do. All right, Pete, welcome to the show, my friend. Wait, where's Pete?
Oh, can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
It's repeat. Pete and repeat.
Oh, can you hear me now? Okay, good. Hey, that crap wouldn't happen when Darren McCarty or Bob Probert or even Gordie Howe would be around.
You know, and here's Pete, because here's the point. Mickey brought it to your attention is because it didn't matter, and it was the team toughness that if it happened, it didn't matter who would get in there. But usually, if you notice and watch old hockey, if it's a talented player or a valuable player, the minute something happens, everybody's in there. If it's two tough guys or two guys that are squared off, they let them go. Yep. But once it's mismatched, everybody on the ice is there. That's where the culture of some of the teams, like you look at, and even when you go back and watch the situations, there's no gloves lying over on the ice. Nobody punching guys, throwing punches, trying to, like, they made the league where, like Mickey said, it's about your ice time and about your paycheck. And because of the money you're making, it's the only time you care about your paycheck a lot is when your wife's bitching at you. So you care about your ice time more. Right? And it's more about, it shows you it's more personal. But the code of honor that has gone by the knot is protect your stars. You know, like, here's the whole thing. You go after my star, the one play, and look at old fight videos, right? Is that a guy, Proby will go after your star guy. You know, somebody said yesterday on Twitter, on one of the social medias that Bob Probert, never went after a guy smaller than him. And I said, unless they went after somebody on our team, and I still remember Proby running the goalie in Boston, and he had Jeff Lazaro almost choked out in Boston Garden one night in a bench brawl. So it all depends. Not if you didn't, but it goes back, Maz, to say, what did you do to make this happen? So
I have a question. Can they bring up like a goon from the minor leagues and play it?
That's what used to would have happened, but there's none on the roster. The game's not that way anymore. So, that's why I tell people that Giovanni Smith that we have in the wings, who's developing now, is an important integral part because he can sit on the end of the bench. Same thing with a guy like Ryan Reeves, and it's a guy that can still play fourth line, but also, too, scare guys.
Mm-hmm. Do you think the Rangers will draft somebody like that for next year?
Well, see.
I mean, no, but you don't.
No, because you go find that guy. There's a dime a dozen guys out there or whatever else. But the way that the teams are being made, you have to play. So in the old game, you could have a guy that played 2 minutes that came off the bench and all he did was fight, right? That's fine. The game's evolved. The guy has to play now and be able to skate and play. That's why it's harder to find the guy. But that's why it makes Tom Wilson special. Right? That's why a guy like Giovanni Smith makes it sort of special. But the guy that can play top minutes, but also be that menacing force. So, yeah, it's the old adage, love them if you have them. But if we're talking about safety and the overall integrity and safety of the game for the players, Mickey said it right. It's the accountability and the fact that at the top, they allow this. And this is what they've done to themselves. And it's over time.
I guess what's really mind-boggling to me, though, is that Wilson's actually a really good player. I was looking over at, his career.
Absolutely.
He's a really good player. He doesn't need to be doing this.
Yes, he does. That's his role.
But that's fine. But does he need to take it to that extreme? Like, he can't feel good about it.
Go follow him, Junior.
But can he feel good, though?
This is like a dog that has bit somebody.
He can't help himself.
All through, this is the way he plays. You don't understand.
But you don't think, though,
your mentality
is different than his?
No, well, obviously, no, it isn't. But guys' mentality, there's certain guys that when they step on the ice or put the equipment on, they're different people. They don't care. They have this, he's one of them that the namesake or the well-being of anybody else don't think about it. And when you don't eliminate that, when you allow it, when you condone it by the league by only fining him instead of suspending him for 10 or 15 games and not on our watch, you're allowing this. Right. So some guys, yes, that's the same way Claude Lemieux was when he played. He's a different guy off the ice than he is on the ice. That's why the karma got him.
I'll talk about another sport. Can Brett Favre not throw into triple coverage, Pilar? He's going to think he's going to complete it.
Right.
Okay, he's not going to change. So Tom Wilson's not going to change the way he plays.
I understand that, right?
LeBron's not going to stop traveling.
I understand
After
that is
1.3
there.
million and 30 game suspension, it's what you're going to get away with. And you know what? More shot to his credit that he got away with what he thought he got away with, than he got slapped on the wrist.
But forget just getting away with it. Let me just ask you this, right? Because you were quite the scrapper. Did you ever seriously hurt somebody to get them out of the rest of their season?
Claude Lemieux is the only one that I tried to seriously hurt. I ended up hurting guys, knocked Martin Nardi's teeth out in a
But
fight.
knocking somebody's
and
teeth
running
out,
guys, knocked Paul Coffey out of the series. Yeah, hone in on guys.
But did you ever look back at the end of the night
But
and
you
be
don't
like, that was
you don't want them to be physically hurt. You want to take the idea is to put your will on somebody else, whether it's a person or another team, and you grind them down to victory. Right? At the end of the day, you don't want them dead, or you don't... Like, the whole difference in the Tom Wilson... If I'm Tom Wilson and I got something on Boussaint where I got him on the ground there, is I'm going to pick him... Like, I'm going to yell at him and tell him, I'm not going to get him with my stick. I'm going to grab him by this, and as I pick him up, I'm going to punch him in the face as he's looking at it, or when I see... Because I'm instigating something to happen. I want something to happen. I know who's on the ice. And then the minute I grab Panarin, as a tough guy... I see if a guy's got his gloves on or not. I see it's the bread man. I'm going to grab him, and I'm going to take him down a little differently and berate him on the way down and let all their team know and mentally take it that way without having to physically take it that way, because they don't have to. That's the difference where Tom Wilson doesn't care. That's the way he plays. That's the type of player he is. That's what I'm telling you. It's more sort of having Washington Capitals are a great team with Tom Wilson if he can play between the lines. But that's always the question. Can he keep it between the lines? Because he never could. This is an opportunity for the league to say, we're not going to deal with this crap. Instead, they go the other way and go, here it is, wide open. Now, every night, we're going to see something until somebody gets seriously hurt or whatever, and then somebody goes, oh, we should change it. So, blow it out your ass.
Hey, Jimmy Kowalski online said, how about Brendan Smith for the Rangers? Maybe he can do a little fighting.
He'll try.
Yeah.
If he's playing.
Former
he's a guy. Yeah, absolutely. He's a guy that'll stand up and but he's not a fighter. And like that's the whole thing. You need a, God rest his soul, but like a Derek Bugard back in the day, or like somebody. But Smitty will, because he's got the heart of a champion. Because that kid's all heart. I love that kid. Because that's why he'll do it, because it has to be done.
So you don't think there will be a fight tonight?
There'll be something.
I mean, there's got to be something.
There
has to be something. There's no way. So, all right, guys, keep letting us know your thoughts on
But the fact, Maz, that no, there won't. Sorry, Pilar. But the fact, Maz, that it's so public, and then that it won't be, because that's the whole.
Yeah.
And if there is something, we watch. Somebody's going to get suspended 10 games for doing something. That's what I'm trying to say. The dominoes have fallen. They've fallen years ago. Right? Thank God I retired, because I watch all this. Now it's coming to fruition till you want to get somebody seriously hurt. That's what
and
they're
I would
telling
hope
me.
that is not
Not
what
my
a
league.
player goes into.
Maz, is it your league?
Into a fight thinking.
It's not my league either. If it's not your league, it's not my league.
I'm not into players getting hurt in any league.
No, either am I.
I'm
And as a player,
I do like fighting, though.
organization. I love fighting.
I do like fighting.
I watch hockey for the
it's
fights.
like
but
the
Not cheap crap.
No, not cheap, but a stand back guys toe to toe. It's like the MMA where they see respect, or boxing matches. Great boxing matches back in the day have respect for a guy. We as NHL tough guys have respect for each other 99% of the time. More times than not, you're at the bar with the guy at the end of the game going, man, you got me good in the right here. And he's buying, you owe me a beer. Yeah, ice your, with the beer he bought you. That's the joke. Ice your black guy with the beer, the guy who punched you in the face, got you at the bar after, as you drink 50 beers.
Yeah. All right, guys. When we come back right after Maz's sports update, we're going to be talking about Dan Campbell giving us his thoughts on what kind of defense he plans to implement this year. So don't go anywhere. You're tuning into The Hook on Woodward Sports Network.
Morning, Art.
Morning, D-Mac.
So what's up? My name is Sean Baligian. Glad to be a part of Baligian and Bell every day at 11. I'm the guy that gets pissed off at all the stupid sports fans out there.
What up, though? I'm Drake Bell here on the Baligian and Bell show here at Woodward Sports Network. Tap into the energetic Sean and the calm, smooth Drake Bell.
Start a new career in an industry that is always essential, the heating and cooling industry. Learn more today by visiting northwesterntech.edu. Welcome back to The Hook on Woodward Sports Network. It has been a heated Cinco de Mayo in our first hour as we were talking about the New York Rangers thoughts and the statement that they released about Tom Wilson. But
thanks to Mickey Redmond for coming on. The
yes,
best. We love the Mick.
Yeah.
And John Davidson got canned today, and the other general manager, Jeff Gordon. Jeff Gordon's the general manager. John Davidson is the president. They got canned today, and it could be because of that Ranger statement.
Yeah, I was going to say, I was reading after what he said that they're just, after what Mickey said, that they're just kind of making it seem like after the letter, not because of the letter.
Okay.
So yeah, different
We'll
ones.
find
He's
out.
actually, Mickey was right. It's all clickbait. Clickbait. All right, Tom, why don't you get to your sports update?
I will. Brought to you by mybookie.ag. Don't forget, use the promo code Woodward10. That's right. There's another bonus now. Woodward10 actually gets you to play for free. Use that promo code, and they will give you a free $10 play courtesy of Woodward Sports. Tigers, they'll try to pick up the pieces again tonight. They lost last night 11-7. They actually had a 4-run inning, which is a very rarity in Tiger world these days. Michael Fulmer, probably their best trade chip as we speak. He got run last night. Didn't even make it through the first inning. They've lost 6 in a row, 16 of 18. Tonight they give the ball to Casey Mize, who's been on a 3-game losing streak himself. Martin Perez goes for Boston. How about the Blue Jays? They're moving back to Buffalo starting on June the 1st. They've been playing in the Grapefruit League, Dunedin Stadium, that D-Mac knows pretty well, right? He could throw a stone from his little place there in Florida.
Driver's 3-iron golf cart. Yes. But close enough, Matt. Right downtown Dunedin. It's
so
great.
they're leaving Dunedin as of June the 1st, and they will go to Buffalo. How about going from Florida to Buffalo? And that's where the Jays haven't played at Sky Dome in 2 seasons. Pistons losers last night to Charlotte. They've lost about 4 or 5 in a row. Hamidou Diallo, 35 in the loss. Just 6 games to go for the red, white, and blue. They host the Grizz tomorrow night at LCA. Second worst record in the NBA. How about Michigan? Might be landing a new recruit. A kid that said no to Michigan State. Kind of got out of his thing. You believe this? Phenom Imani Bates might be, well, he is on Michigan's radar. I could tell you that for sure. He was offered a scholarship, wound up going to sign with Tom Izzo and the Spartans. Well, just the other day, he asked out of that, and Juwan Howard might be in his ear. Obviously, he might go play in another league, might go play in the D League with the NBA, make some money. But this is the new way kids are looking at it. Yeah, we talked about it, right? We talked about these kids maybe going to play for these new leagues and all. But how about Michigan, perhaps in the run to get Imani Bates, best player in the state of Michigan? The Wings will wrap up their season with 2 at Columbus this weekend. Good news for Todd Bertuzzi. He will be back next season. Tyler Bertuzzi, I'm sorry. Underwent successful back surgery 4/30. That was April the 30th in New York City. He'll be ready for next season. As I told you earlier, the Rangers fired general manager and president John Davidson and Jeff Gordon. They've been asking the NHL to do a little something else to Tom Wilson. They get to play again tonight. Capitals and the Rangers from Madison Square Garden. We'll talk about the Lions in just a minute. They got to get a new tight end. Josh Hill announced his retirement yesterday without ever playing it down in Detroit. The former Saint says no, so they bring in Darren Fells, and he signs a contract today. T.J. Hawkinson, of course, the starting tight end. They're just trying to fill out the depth chart after that. Let's take you back to this day in sports. I hate to play a LeBron cut, but I will. Back on May the 5th, Cinco de Mayo, 06. Check out LeBron James, a young LeBron James playing for the Cavaliers. He walks up to Gilbert Arenas of the Wizards at the foul line, whispers something in his ear, and things happen after that.
And Arenas misses the free throw with 15.1 remaining. And Cleveland still with a timeout remaining.
Now you have to be smart here now, because you're still going to be ahead by 1.
Arenas misses both, and Ilgauskas calls timeout with 14.1 remaining. Arenas has had such a huge game, has played so well, and 2 misses right there.
He shoots 82% there in a year. He's over 81% here in James. Here's your trap. They get it out of his hands. Hughes. Damon Jones puts it in with 4.8 remaining. Wizards have to push. Arenas driving inside. Butler at the buzzer. No good. And the Cleveland Cavaliers advance to the second round.
Hey, what do you think he said to Gilbert Arenas in his ear there? You guys got any? What do you think? You'll be fine, right?
Yeah.
You're an 82% free throw, so there's no way you're going to miss the second one.
Yeah, shake it off, right?
Just
You're going to
shake
be
it
all
off.
right.
Mac, you ever do that to anybody on the ice? Maybe during I don't know.
What? Just tell them how. Yeah, you put the fear of God in them. How it's the because you know, listen, the anticipation of death is worse than death itself. So when you don't know it's coming, they don't know when it's coming. You know, right? You can.
Yeah.
Yeah, you take guys off their game because it's the psychology. Like, here's the thing, right? When you know, it's like Mickey said, no matter how big the guy is, when they know that you're going to have to fight through your stick or whatever, that every time they go through it, if there's a little bit of deterrent, it's the same way as that every time. You know, you don't have to fight, like, when you're it's called, when they say picking your spots, right? That means that you have the upper hand to choose when you're going to do something. So I might be more effective on a guy that if I keep hitting him every shift, right, or dumping the puck in and keep coming at him because he's worried about me, than if I fight him and let him off the hook, because then he's already fought me, then he's got confidence and he's not worried about that. But until you do, right? So it's all timing and different. There's psychology behind it for everything. So,
And lastly, it's not a sports thing, but it's kind of funny. I saw this on SVP the other night on ESPN. Scott Van Pelt just playing this cut of a failed gender reveal. I found it today online. I had to play it. Don't play it with sound because it's got music on it. We'll get in trouble. But check this guy out. They're trying to tell you what sex the baby is going to be. Check this out. They should play like Ziegfeld Follies behind this cut. The guys, that's a little outside. Nope, no good there. No, there's another pitch. Honey, hit this ball. No, that's uptight. Here comes the dog now. He wants to play.
He hits him in the stomach. My gosh.
Who is this kid? What is this kid?
This
Honey,
is dangerous.
That was a good pitch.
I hope it's a girl.
I'll hit it myself. No. He continued to miss it. We never know what sex the baby was on that failed gender reveal party.
Do you know how many failed
Keep playing that, man. Keep playing that.
gender reveal parties have happened? This
They're
is
horrible.
nothing. You know what? At this point, I would have said, you know what, honey, maybe it's just
Dude,
meant to be that we don't
face
know.
On him
But
after come on. Look at her. She's like, are you kidding me?
you know what? At first, I was like, oh my gosh, what if he
Look
hits her
at
in
this.
the...
She said, come on, man.
Yeah.
Watch
This
him at
is
the end. I'll do it
embarrassing.
myself at the end. There it is. Miss it
See,
again.
at first I would have been concerned that he would have hit her in the stomach, right? That's dangerous. But then after that, I would have been like, you know what?
I
My
was more
baby
worried he
can't
was
hit
gonna hit the
anything.
dog.
Like,
It looks like a balloon, right?
With the
Wasn't
bat.
that a water balloon or something? Wasn't that a balloon that she was throwing up there?
I guess that's what it would be,
she
right?
wouldn't-
So
she wouldn't get hurt.
Yeah, but
She wouldn't get hurt.
clearly she wasn't afraid of him hitting anything.
I've seen so many of those fails, but that one
I
really.
mean, that's nothing compared to some of these that are
He almost hit the
starting
dog at that one point.
fires.
The dog wants to play. He's like,
You guys
I'll
didn't
do
know
this.
that's the he's starting tonight in Boston for the Tigers. This
There
guy.
he is.
He's got the strikeout swing. Dude,
That's our-
there.
that's
he
our
should
pinch
have a
hitter.
Tiger shirt on, not a Texas shirt.
Oh my!
I could never do the build up for the gender reveal, and I could never wait. When I first got pregnant, I was like, before I got pregnant,
Did you
I
find
said,
out?
heck yeah, I did.
Why? So
oh
what-
my God,
one
are you kidding me?
surprise in your
can't-
life?
No, I can't even. My husband can't wrap a present and put it underneath the Christmas tree because I am that one who goes and very carefully unwraps it and then
Aw,
wraps it
you're
back
no
up.
fun.
And then I just act surprised.
You're no
Yep,
fun.
no.
That's horrible.
Before I got pregnant, I was like, no, I don't need to know. If I want to know, God would have put a window on my stomach. The second I got pregnant, I was like, I can't wait to find out what I'm going to have.
Aw.
I can't
I
wait
think that's
for a
I always
surprise.
tell friends and family that tell
Did
you
you
they're
wait
pregnant.
for yours?
Yeah, we waited.
Wow.
The only one we didn't wait for was
You
Maddie, our third.
First one I found out, got the boy, waited for the rest. They were girls, so I should have found out probably a little bit more. And out of my all of them, I thought it was boy, and then the way it went, girl, and then I thought the last one, Grayson, I thought she was going to be a boy, but she's a girl.
How about this? I got
God
a
bless her.
sidebar story for you on our last one, Maddie. We're going to find out. All right, this will be the first time we're going to find out what we have because I had 4 sisters in a row. Then I had 2 daughters. I'm like, there's got to be a boy in there. My dad had me, got me. So, all right, honey, we'll go find out what it is. So my wife's waiting for me at the doctor's office, and I'm waiting, and I'm at another radio station at this point. I'm actually working with Valenti and Foster, okay? I'm their producer. Hey, Maz, we got to see you for a minute after the show. Oh, okay. But I got a doctor's appointment. I got to go see my wife. Okay, it won't take long. So this is the boss talking to you. So as soon as I was done with the show, he escorts me into a room, and HR is in the room, and a bunch of lawyers and what have you. And, Maz, we got to let you go. There's cutbacks. CBS is cutting back, or whoever owned the station at the time. I swear, I'm like, this is candid camera, right? It's candid camera. There's no way you're canning me. No, this is the truth. No, really? Then they hand me my paperwork. Here's your pay. We're going to pay you for X amount of more times. I'm like, what? Really? Okay. So I slink out of the building. I get in my car, and I got to go meet my wife at the doctor to find out what we're having. She sees my face. She's like, "What's wrong?" I'm like, "Oh, no. Nothing." Nothing.
And you know how good Maz is when something's wrong.
I can't help it.
No, right?
I have the worst poker face. I'm a terrible poker player. Terrible.
Worse. I can tell your mood when
I know.
walk around the corner and see in the room.
No, you can tell when I write a text or call you the first word out of my mouth.
Yep.
Yeah, honey.
That's why I love you, Maz.
I got fired today. What? She's on the table.
Before or after the reveal?
She's on the table.
You couldn't
waiting.
have found out first.
You couldn't have waited.
No, I couldn't. She got me. She knew I was lying.
So, yeah, the general's like me. She won't let it go. She treated on you. What's wrong?
Oh, that's awful.
But you got Maddie.
I got
Found
Maddie
out
out of
Maddie
it.
that day.
Then they tell me you're having a third daughter. I'm like, okay. What the hell?
Another wedding I have to pay for.
It's 7 girls in a row for me. All right. And I know Mike and Terry went to bat for me after that, but it was a numbers game. So it is what it is, man. Here I am.
Well, here you are. That's the most important thing, right? Everything else was just a stepping stone to get
Maddie
you here.
Maddie just turned 14.
There you go. Maddie's
2 weeks ago.
Onward and upward.
Yeah.
My baby girl. Tough as nails, by the way, she is. Max, she's as tough as nails. Why do I bother?
I've got all my love to give. I will survive. I will survive. Hey. That's how we roll. All right, guys, get ready to give us a call. 313-552-6322, because when we come back, it is time for us to get to our world-famous Hall Financial Trivia game, and today it is super easy again, just sports trivia. Oh, no, wait, you're doing hockey. That's right, we changed it. We changed it to
Red
Wings hockey. Earlier it was going to be just sports trivia, but we changed it. So
Maz, why is it not Mexican-related trivia? You wanted Mexican callers.
Yeah.
It should be Mexican.
It should have been
trivia.
luchador. That's
I
right.
wanted some masked wrestlers in there.
That's right.
Hey,
Luke came up with the questions.
I wanted Pele to be something.
Luke came up with the questions earlier. I poo-pooed his
Don't
questions.
throw
That's
Luke
right.
under the bus like that.
They were too easy. No, he did, and we were going to do just general sports questions.
Too easy. Luke's were good questions, and I can't believe
they were like, how many points do you get for scoring a touchdown? They were pretty good. They were easy.
Maz poo-poos it all.
No,
What
it's
New York?
6.
Oh, it is.
What New York football team changed their name from the New York Titans?
The Jets.
The Jets. I mean, come on. That was the game-winning question he put out. That was question number 4.
I personally liked him. I think that you need to make it less intimidating so people will want to call.
I'm giving shit away every day.
I think Luke. High five to you, my friend.
These
I
questions
thought that they were excellent.
Hey,
but now they're Red Wing questions. So
any Red Wing fan's going to get these.
Give us a call, 313-552-6322. You're tuning into The Hook on Woodward Sports Network.
We are here, downtown Fenton, my favorite Bridge Street Exchange.
That's right. And you want to switch up your wardrobe this summer? It's this easy. You ready, Joey?
I'm ready.
All right, you ready? I like it. You want to do it again?
Yeah, let's do it again.
All right. Ooh, Brixton. Nice. One more time?
Yes.
Ooh, I like the hat on this one, too. You ready to do it one more time, Joey?
I'm getting tired. One last one.
All right, let's change it. Bro, where's your shirt? You need new clothes this summer, Bridge Street Exchange in Fenton. That's where you need to go. Thank you, guys.
God. Ugh, sorry, I had to get this away from Pilar. Whew. Anyways, 8 Mile Vodka. She knows how good the inside is. I know how good the outside is. Born, bred in Detroit by not the what, the who of DMAC. Yes, I'm talking about 8 Mile Vodka. Born in Detroit, distilled in single 90-liter batches to allow for optimal quality control and care. Then carbon filtered, aerated, and bottled at the perfect time to produce a subtle taste and smooth finish and a character all its own. Exceptional premium vodka, chilled, straight, any way you want. Pilar just slugging it right out of the bottle on this Cinco de Mayo. Gotta love her for the ones who do. If you do drink like Pilar, drink responsibly. Go to Myers, get your 8 Mile Vodka, or ask for it at any bartender. There you go, Darren. Drink responsibly.
Thank you. BMAC, thanks for giving me back my bottle.
You're welcome.
All right, guys, welcome back to The Hook. It is time for us to get to our world-famous Hall Financial trivia question. Tonight, it is all Red Wings trivia. So, Fish, who do we have on the line?
We have Tammy from Art City of Holly.
Hey, Tammy!
Oh, this is
Tammy,
a cake.
wait,
This is
Tammy,
cake.
was it you?
For Tammy.
Tammy, was it you or Jenna who made the comment about the gender reveal that the only thing he hit the spot right was in making the baby, and after that, not so much?
That would have been Jenna.
That was Jenna. That was a good one. It was a good one. All right, Tammy, thanks so much for calling in. Are you ready to play? You know the rules, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. All you have to do is just answer all 4 questions correctly. If you do, you get your $100 gift card to either your choice of Lashish or to Detroit Wing Company. Who's going to take the first?
I'll do the first.
Okay.
First, let me bring up my sound bar. Okay. Hook.
He wants a ding, ding, ding.
Got it. Let's test it. All right. Here we go. Ready, Tam?
Yep.
Question number 1. Who did the Red Wings beat to win the Stanley Cup in 1997?
Stanley Cup. Oh, my God. Flyers.
Yes.
No. Yes.
You got it,
Oh,
kid.
my God, yes. Woohoo! Okay.
All right, I got second question.
Breathe now. Breathe.
Who scored the Stanley Cup clinching goal in Game 4 of that 97 final versus Philadelphia? It's probably asking you the question, too.
Been, yeah, I'm assuming that'd be Darren McCarty.
Yes, ma'am. That's a great guy.
Here it is.
Historian. Absolutely.
Look at that. All right.
There he is.
Oh, there.
Look at him slipping it in. Slipping it in.
Conn Smythe.
All right, Tom's got the next one.
I do?
Yeah, I want the game. I want the game clinching goal on this one.
Who won the Conn Smythe Trophy in 2008 when the Red Wings won it? I gave you one right at the end there.
This
the last
was a
one.
very tough name.
The last one, Tammy.
Oh, no.
He was a captain.
I named one of my Bulldogs after him.
Yeah, captain and
Oh, wait. He was a
He
captain.
wasn't the captain in 08.
No?
No.
Oh, you're right. That was Lidstrom. My bad.
Lidstrom was the captain in 08. He was the captain after
He was the
that
captain
last
after
year, but He
Lidstrom.
was the Conn Smythe winner, MVP in the 2008 Stanley Cup Finals.
Okay, I gave her a bad one.
After this guy
Well,
because I
after-
love this guy so much.
Well, after Lindstrom, it would have been Hank Zetterberg.
Yes.
Well, that's who it was. I mean, the Conn Smythe Trophy.
Hank.
And I named my, fact, Bulldog, Hank Zeta. That's his
Yep.
birth certificate because he named it.
All right, this is for all the money now, Tam.
Yes, this is for all the marbles. Who was the first Red Wing to score 50 goals in a season?
No clues.
Okay.
You know how hard this is for me to
No
not give her
clues.
any
You don't
clues.
open your package. You keep your package closed. No clues.
Okay, I'm gonna guess, and I'm just guessing. I'm gonna say Gordie Howe, but I don't think it's right.
Did she get a second
Yeah,
guess?
that's what I thought.
Did she get a second guess?
Nope, it's okay. That's fair. That's
What
fair.
would be your second guess
What would
anyway?
be your second guess?
My second guess?
Please let me
Would
give her a
have
clue.
been- Okay, give me a clue.
Please.
He was
You
on our
just talked to
show.
him?
on your show.
We
Well,
just
wasn't
talked
Mr.
to him.
Redmond.
What was it?
It was Mickey.
Mickey Redmond.
Yes.
But that's not a win. I'm sorry, Tammy.
That is not a win.
I'm sorry.
You are correct. that is not a
Good
win.
effort,
Good effort.
Tammy, great job today.
Hey, he scored 52 goals. You would think the guess would have been Gordie Howe, but Gordie scored 49. Mickey scored 52 between the 72-73 season. The great Mickey Redmond. First
year I
wing to
was
score
born.
50.
There it is during the season. Nice.
Tammy?
All right,
Yeah,
Tammy,
very-
you're gonna have to call back and try again.
Fine. I will. You guys have a great show.
Thanks for playing.
Thanks, Tammy.
Thanks, Tam.
Talk to you guys. See you later. Bye.
See ya. You think I'm a mean bastard, don't you?
Absolutely.
I mean, I don't know about the B word,
always
but
thought you
I
were.
do think how
I
you know
always
how
knew you were,
hard.
Maz. Pilar's just learning this.
I just wanted to give her a small little hint, like we just talked to him.
That's a small hint.
She wouldn't have got it, though.
That's a small
like
hint.
we just spoke to him 30 minutes ago.
That would
That's what I
actually,
would've
hey,
said.
you know what, Pilar? Technically, on the Maz scale, that would be too big of a clue. But to see if the person that's calling has been listening,
Right.
That
Right.
would. So maybe.
Or maybe Tammy just joined the show because she had
But
to
if she
work.
did,
Walter called me a meanie.
You are
yep. There it is.
mean, crotchety old man.
Calling me the Grinch.
You're not an old man yet.
All right,
but
4 new questions tomorrow. And guess what? Each one of us is going to have a question tomorrow. Each one of us.
Perfect.
Is going to give a question. So if you want to ask
Perfect.
what color a basketball is, Pilar, go right ahead.
I will. Fish, what do you have for
I
us?
have a feeling you're going to give yourself 2 questions, Maz.
I will. I will look at the questions
Just so you
operate
can make
around
them not, and you're going to be the guy to make yourself the home base question where they get it wrong. And they go third base, they're so close to home. Oh, they got tagged out.
Hey.
Yeah.
So you figured out Maz's sick, right? The method to madness. Let him get a triple. Cut him down at the plate. He's like that kid in the outfield.
Yep.
I'm not going to get to the ball till
I
you
got
run.
a gun.
Till you run. Test
a
the arm.
gun. I'm
And then-
Dave Parker in right field.
And
for the
then
Pirates.
what would your next guess be? If you were given a second guess, what would it be? Oh, yeah, but you didn't win anyways. So
No.
mean,
Let me
psych.
redo that again. So what's your second guess if we gave you another opportunity? He was on the show just 15 minutes ago. His initials are M and R. He's on TV. What? Oh, Mickey Redmond.
Mickey
Yes.
Mouse.
Congratulations.
Think of the Mickey Mouse Club. I would have completely tried to give her more hints. All right, guys. Well, thank you, Tammy, for
I'll
playing
give Tammy
along.
another
Please.
chance. Tammy, if you want to call back, I'll come up with a question and give you one more chance to win.
Ooh,
How's that?
Winner take all.
You call back. I give you one
Double or
question.
nothing.
I'm not even going to tell these two folks what I'm
Right
going to ask
now?
you. Yeah, let her call back.
Call back, Tammy.
Tammy, call back. I'll give you another shot.
Tammy said she learned something new with
See,
the final
guys,
question.
that's what I'm talking about. Accountability. Do you see how Walter, down in Florida, enjoying his vacation, just sort of intimidated Maz into being not the Grinch
Yeah.
that he was? If the NHL and George Peros in the league would just use the same sort of mentality, there'd be accountability. So I'm just see how the way things are. Nice job, Walt.
Jenna's just said there's a method to the Mazness.
Yeah, Jenna.
Jenna's great with these.
Oh, she's top notch. She should
Yes.
probably be part of the show.
All right. Well, while we're waiting for Tammy, is Tammy back on the line?
We got her back on. She's
All
ready
right,
to.
Tammy.
Wait, Matt, does this count? Can she win anything? Or
Yeah.
you just,
Oh,
okay.
Maz is throwing
Okay.
All the
everything
marbles.
out there.
All right.
I'm going to think of a question right off the top of my head here. Tammy, are you there?
She's here.
I'm here.
Okay,
Let's go.
pick your sport.
Hockey.
Okay, hockey. You ready?
Yep.
When the Devils beat the Red Wings in the 1995 Stanley Cup Finals, who was the Conn Smythe winner that year?
I want to say Claude Lemieux, but I don't think.
Yes, you should. Yes, you should.
Oh, then I am saying Claude Lemieux.
Give it
I
to
didn't
her,
do
baby.
it.
Give it to her.
I didn't do it,
Look
but
at
she
that.
said
Did you
it.
see the
She
way
said
that?
it.
And even when the biggest
He's gonna throw
villain
something. He's gonna
in the
throw
world, but Tom
Maz,
found
where's the
a
winner's
way
music?
to matriculate
There
that,
it
and you earned that. You earned that, Tammy. That is well earned. I'm
Yeah.
proud of you, girl.
And that was a tough
Suck
one.
it, Maz. You didn't think you were going to get it.
Nice job,
That
Tammy.
is a great job.
Man, I want the winner's music from your board.
That's why you're a DMAC disciple, Tammy.
You're not doing it, stubborn?
I'm not playing my board. It's Mexican today. Fish.
Oh,
Come
God,
on, man.
okay.
Cinco de Mayo. Tammy,
Cinco de Mayo
congratulations,
celebration.
Tammy.
That was not an easy question, and that just filled it all.
There you go. Now we can
Accountability to
celebrate.
everything else. See, if the NHL would operate under Tom Mazawey's guys, we wouldn't be in this situation
That's right.
where guys are getting away with murder.
Tammy, give Fish all your
That's
info, and we will get you. What do you? Matter of fact, which gift card do you want? Detroit Wing Company
Oh, I
or
want the-
Lashish?
I want the Detroit Wing Company.
You got it,
Nice.
kid. You
Hells
got
to the
it.
Yizzle.
Nice.
Congratulations.
Thank you,
You got it.
Tammy.
Thanks, honey.
Congratulations.
Thanks for being a
Look at
hooker.
this, Cinco de Mayo.
I know.
Yes, Pilar,
Happy Cinco
thank
de
you
Mayo.
You got it.
bringing
Thanks for
joy
being a
to
hooker.
Maz's heart, warmth to Maz's
That's what
heart.
I'm here
He
for.
pulled out a good question, though.
He
That's
did.
A,
That
Off
was
the
a
top
really
of my
good
head,
one.
not bad.
No, I
no,
thought
that's
that was
real
great.
good
It was a
because
tough one, too.
First one you go to Brodeur, but no, it was Claude.
Could have said Scott Stevens too.
You could have.
Could have. What did he do
But
to
you
poor, what did he
didn't,
do
and
to
the-
poor Slava?
Night.
He put him to
All
sleep.
right, guys, you too can have an easy shot at winning a $100 gift card to either Detroit Wing Company or Lashish. All you have to do is play along every single day. Same time, same place, right in our 4 o'clock hour. Give us a call, 313-552-6322, and you can play the Hall Financial Trivia. Get home with Hall Financial.
Delusional Detroit Lions fan on YouTube. Justice is served. Get dunked on, Maz.
There you
Mexican
go.
hugs for
Tammy.
everybody.
Yes.
Like it. Spoken by a true Canadian.
Yes.
Thanks, Stink.
All right, guys, let's get into some Detroit Lions talk because it's still a long road till we see the Lions on the field, the new Lions on the field. But mini camps actually come up, next month? In a month?
Yeah, if they play in
so,
it, if they decide to use it.
Right around the corner. It's not that far away, and then training camps come. So we have little sections here and there.
Next week
that
is the reveal for the schedule.
reveal,
We'll know
yeah.
who's playing where, what date.
Yep. But we've got a clip of Dan Campbell talking defense. It wasn't Dan Campbell, was it?
No,
It
Dan
was-
Campbell's. We wanted to bring him up because he told SiriusXM that they're going to play a base 3-4 defense. So that's what they're doing. They're happy with the kids that they picked, especially Ozarike and the kid from
Aleem
North
McNeil.
Carolina State, Aleem
Right.
McNeil. So they're happy with those guys. They're playing a 3-4 defense. But the cut I have for you is Peter Schrager on Good Morning Football on the NFL Network. He gives his little spiel on how the Lions did in the draft. Give this a listen.
I love Sewell. I'm going to start with Sewell as my favorite of the draft picks because I think he is such a statement to the rest of the league of what this Detroit Lions team is going to be. An absolute beast, the top offensive tackle in this draft. A lot of people thought he could go as high as 5, maybe 6, and then he falls to 7. All my intel leading up to the draft was they're going to trade back, unless Sewell falls to them. Well, Sewell fell to them, so they were excited. You saw the reaction from Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell. But then you look at the rest of their first 4 picks, and I want you guys to see this screen of not only the names, there's a lot of consonants involved here, but also the heights and the weights. They get a 6'4", 330-pound Mauler. They get a 6'2", 290-pound defensive tackle who, let me tell you something, gave a presser that we had to bleep out quite a few times on the NFL.
Levi?
That's how much he wants to talk. Yeah, Levi's a big boy who likes to talk. Aleem McNeil, I could tell you, several teams wanted him. They didn't get him. The Lions got him right where they got him, 6'1", 317. And then for a corner to be 6'2", 205. So what does that mean? It means their identity is big, tough, strong. And who do I think of when I think that? I think of their head coach, Dan Campbell, who as a player was a tight end for several teams, including the Dallas Cowboys and the New York Giants. And
We got Big Dan highlights?
We got Big Dan Campbell highlights here.
Okay.
There he is. He was tough. He was strong. He established things. You did not mess with Dan Campbell. I remember when Jeremy Shockey got in a fight in training camp. The entire team wanted to take down this rookie. There was one person who had his back. It was Dan Campbell. He said, come through me if you want to come to Shockey.
Thanks.
That was Dan Campbell. Guess who else is in that front office making picks? How about Chris Spielman? Just one of the most fearless players in NFL history, an absolute beast who played with an edge. This is what we're getting with this Lions draft class. Bubby Brister, I know you want to hand the ball off here.
Peter, a lot of guys play with edge. Spielman was a different universe there. There are stories about Spielman.
I don't think there was a play where Spielman didn't have a rush of blood going down from his eye. There it is! Just as we called for it. That is always the footage. So Spielman, Dan Campbell, then you go for other tough guys, Anthony Lynn, Mark Brunell, they're all there. This team embodies what their front office and their coaching staff is. I think we have an identity in Detroit. It's kind of like the Motor City. Tough, with edge, don't mess with us. We might have to throw some expletives at you as well.
Find out about it.
I love
I'm telling you.
Fucking right.
I'm telling you.
Throw some expletives at you.
Spielman, baby.
That's what we're all about here in the D.
Spielman, my favorite Lion of all time, bar none, hands down, even more than Barry and Herman, and that was my guy. And I know he had his handprint and his footprint. I don't care what anyone tells me, beat writer-wise or whatever. This guy was helping them make those picks, and I'm happy for him.
Whatever you need to believe, Maz.
That's
it doesn't
right.
matter as long as the product, but whenever the teams take the identity of their coach or their coaches, that's the culture. That's exactly what's established. And the big part is that look at the respect the Detroit Lions are getting when they're talked about around the league, even before they've gone and played a snap, played a game, gone to exhibition, gone to training camp, done anything else. It's a different vibe from the prognosticators or them, how they're viewed, because they're viewed with respect, and that comes from their front office and their coach.
Yep. It'll be a fun year to watch, that is for sure. I agree with Schrader on this one. I'm very happy with what Detroit did in the draft. So
We all are.
we are going to see what's going to happen, right?
Now they just got to play.
That's right. They got to just show up and give it all they've got. All right, guys, we're going to be getting to your calls when we come back. Plus, we're going to be talking a little bit Ochocinco. Do y'all remember him?
I do.
Do you think
Chad
he's making
Johnson.
a comeback?
He could be.
Do you think?
He could be.
We're going to have
He
an
ate McDonald's
Ocho.
his whole career as a player, by the way. That's all he ate.
That's crazy.
Is McDonald's.
That's crazy.
And look at the shape he's in.
I was going to say, yeah, I mean, after you watch that Supersize Me and then you watch him play, I mean, whoa. All right, guys, stick around. You're tuning into The Hook on Woodward Sports Network.
We are here, downtown Fenton, my favorite Bridge Street Exchange.
That's right. And you want to switch up your wardrobe this summer? It's this easy. Ready, Joey?
I'm ready.
All right, you ready? I like it. You want to do it again?
Yeah, let's do it again.
All right. Ooh, Brixton. Nice. One more time?
Yes.
Ooh, I like the hat on this one, too. You ready to do it one more time, Joey?
I'm getting tired. One last one.
All right, let's change it. Bro, where's your shirt? You need new clothes this summer. Bridge Street Exchange in Fenton. That's where you need to go. Thank you, guys.
Hey guys, it's Maz from mybookie.ag. And how about that new promo code, Woodward10? What they're going to do with that is if you go to mybookie.ag and go to Woodward10 as your promo code, we're going to give you a free entry for $10. Not only that, they're going to match your first deposit up to $1,000, 100%. That money will belong to you. All you got to do is put your first bet in, and they'll give you your money. After that, whether you're placing a wager on your favorite team, NBA, NHL, MLB, whatever, futures for the football, parlays, straight, they got it all. Exotic bets. Just go to mybookie.ag, sign up now, and use that promo code Woodward. You can also check out the MyBookie Casino for a full-fledged experience. Weekly blackjack tournaments give you and your friends a crack at prize pools of up to $50,000. Just use Woodward and get that free money and get your free deposit. Don't forget, Woodward 10 gets you a free entry. You got nothing to lose. Give it a shot. Bet anything, anytime, anywhere with MyBookie.
Welcome back to The Hook on Woodward Sports Network. Can you believe that we are saying the word? You know what's really funny is that when I think of it's kind of appropriate, right? We're going to be talking about Chad Ochocinco making a comeback. This time, he's going to get in on one of the undercards in the Floyd Mayweather fight.
Mayweather against Logan Paul.
Right. So do you remember when Mayweather fought De La Hoya on Cinco de Mayo or around Cinco de Mayo, and he shows up mocking De La Hoya and his culture to like the Mexican music and the Mexican hat, the sombrero.
And then he beat his ass.
Yeah. I mean, so it's kind of appropriate that you would.
I wish he could have got
walk-in
Oscar at
music.
Oscar's peak. He didn't get Oscar at his peak. He got him when he was over the hill already.
Yeah.
Would have been a different fight.
Oh, I was expecting it to be a really good fight, and it didn't work out the way that I was thinking.
Timing
of it,
is everything.
Absolutely. So, speaking of timing, is this the right time for Chad Ochocinco to come back into the spotlight? Or is this just another way of him to make some quick, easy cash, make a spectacle of something, do a celebrity fight?
All the above.
Yeah.
All the above. Best part, Ochocinco, touchdown celebrations. Missed them when I wish, that's one thing you watched Cincinnati, just see what he was going to do. Great talent, but this seems like the new thing is to jump in the ring somewhere, and I don't know if
It's easy money for these guys.
Yeah, it's a paycheck.
They're athletes. Now,
And they're making a lot of money. Like, these are hundreds of thousands of dollars. So, I mean, who cares? Like, what reputation is he going to tarnish?
He doesn't have much time. June 6th is the card, and I heard him yesterday talking to a couple of guys, and I forget who it was, but it was like a 9-minute interview. And there he is, Sweet Feet Johnson. He's just starting to work out now. They don't even know who he's going to fight.
Honestly, but there's nothing sweet about these feet. I mean, he's kind of heavy on him. It's not like he's, I mean, what is he wearing?
But for a guy that, trust me, he doesn't even have boxing boots on.
His buddies were like,
you're going to get your ass kicked. That's what they were saying.
He's wearing bricks. He's wearing bricks for his shoes right now.
I got that clip, Maz.
You do? We could play the first minute of it. Let's hear Chad Ochocinco talking to his buddies about getting back in the fight game.
Leonard Ellerby, Floyd manager hit me like, hey, listen, man, I got an opportunity for you. Floyd fighting June 6th in Miami at the Hard Rock. Man, if you want to do a few rounds, because, you got history with us as far as training in the offseason when you was playing, you can get in there, make it a cool million, and do a few rounds. So it's like I got 7-8 weeks to get right. So I hit him back the following morning, ran it through my kids, ran it through the missus, like, what you think? And they said, we gonna be there for you. But I called Ellerby back. I said, man, let's do this. Who's my opponent? And so I'm just waiting on my opponent. So I'm here to let y'all know first, June 6th, Sweet Feet Johnson, he can go in there and do what I do best.
That's right. Chad Ochocinco makes his...
Pete Johnson.
Sweet Pete
Johnson. I apologize. $1 million.
$1 million is what he's going to be getting to.
What the hell?
If I was his
Couple
wife,
rounds,
if you call me,
rounds. Dude, give me 8 weeks for $1 million. I'll get in the ring.
Yeah. Listen, if somebody called me and said, hey, Pilar,
that'd be worth getting in
would
shape
you
again.
let me sleep with your husband for $1 million? I'd say hell to the no, right? If somebody called me and said, hey, Pilar, will you let me beat up on your husband for $1 million?
How about beat up on you?
Then no.
A couple of girls going at it?
Hell, I would say my husband would be like, no.
Hey, I've been doing that my whole
Would I
life.
get into a fight for $1 million? Yeah, I know, right?
Absolutely.
Like, would I
100%.
do a fight for $1 million? Yeah, I'd get into the ring with somebody for $1 million.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
You against Kennedy Broadwell.
No, you want somebody. I
She's
want to
so
see
nice.
her against.
We'd be
How
like,
about you against?
Stop it.
You take on
your
Ochocinco.
turn. Okay, your turn. I'm not going to go in there and fight a man. That's crazy.
You say he's heavy on his feet, though. You got this.
You're right.
Even if it's art?
What would my name be? His is Sweet Feet Johnson. What would my name be?
Volcano.
Yours is La Cucaracha.
La Cucaracha.
Pilar Cucaracha Pilar Lastra.
You do that again, Maz? That was good.
Yeah,
do it from the start. Do it from the start, Maz. In the red corner.
Now see, people are expecting it. Now I can't do it.
he can't do it.
I can't do it.
Why you get all nervous?
I can't. I always wanted to be a ring announcer.
Do it. Ring announcer.
I'm a horse race announcer.
It was really good.
It was good.
Ladies and gentlemen, in the red corner, hailing out of San Antonio, Texas, coming in with an unblemished record, 14-0, with 12 knockouts and 2 slap faces. She weighs in at 110 pounds, soaking wet. From Birmingham, Michigan, Out of San Antonio, Texas, Pilar La Cucaracha Lastra. And in the blue corner, hailing out of Birmingham, Michigan, and Butler University, weighing in at 132 pounds, her name, I missed it. Damn it, I blew it.
Go on. Just pick it up.
I need Kennedy's nickname.
The
Damn
kitten.
it.
You got
Kennedy, the kitten Broadwell.
Don't under.
Isn't it funny?
crowd's
The crowd
going
noise
wild.
is like you blowing like bad breath. You're like,
No, the crowd's cheering for
Yeah,
her.
can you hear him?
like that,
It's the background noise. It's the way it echoes out of
Yeah.
the building.
I got embarrassed. I embarrassed myself.
You
was
did
good,
great.
man.
You did a great job, man.
Thank
Give it up
you.
for
If I
man.
had my
Great,
shit
great.
written, I could kill
No,
it.
I thought
great.
you
I
did
could
great.
kill it.
You don't need
14
it,
and 0,
Math.
number 14 on Deal or No Deal. You know,
See, here's the problem, is
12
that the minute
knockouts,
you
two-
realize the minute
That I was
you
doing
start
something.
caring, the minute you
Yeah.
start caring of how you look, instead of just going
with the
that's
flow.
why I get you mad. That's why we get you mad. Then you don't care, and then you just let it go, and that's why it's gold.
Fish, what do you have for us?
We got a caller.
All right.
Wants to talk about the Detroit Lions. He just came off the line. So
Oh,
keep
did we
talking,
miss him?
everybody.
All right, we'll call back. Call back 313-552-6322.
Maz, you'd be all good until you had to name some Detroit Lions draftees from 2021.
Oh my God, please! I
It
could
would
barely
be-
get Onzarike out of my mouth.
I would
Never
say it
mind.
would be like,
The Syracuse
McNeil,
kid would kill me.
Iffy. You go to the names, you skip them, right?
Yeah.
First name, last name, then Iffy
The
is how it would
Syracuse
be,
kid
right?
will finish me off. There's no question.
All right, guys, let us know your thoughts, what y'all think of this Chad Sweet Feet Johnson now. Forget Ochocinco. That's his past life. But now he's going to make $1 million to fight. We don't know who, but he's going to get paid $1 million to fight. Let us know your thoughts. You going to watch? You not going to watch?
Nah.
He's fighting La Cucaracha.
He's going to fight like Cucaracha.
Pilar Lastra.
I'll be running everywhere. You can't catch me, Sweet Feet. Sweet Feet.
You'll be like Floyd Mayweather. Just dance
Yeah,
around the
that's
ring.
right.
Little jab here, dance around, little jab.
That's right.
Little
I'll
drink.
come up. He's so much bigger than me. Probably I'd come up like the little cucaracha, come up every now and then. Take a strike. Come back.
Jacob says Pilar throws tacos to the audience.
Oh, that'd be rad. Are you kidding me?
Absolutely.
Or corn on the cob, street corn.
Ring the buzzard Lastra. That sounds sweet.
The what?
Ring the buzzard Lastra.
There you go. There you go. All right, guys, let's talk about some more NFL players moving things along. It's Schefter says, don't expect Deshaun Watson back anytime soon. According to this article, he's saying, look, this is way too much of a legal problem, and the league's looking into it. 22 women are still allegedly saying there was inappropriate misconduct against them, against all of these.
He basically
22
talked
girls.
about the
There's not
draft
gonna be-
because the Houston Texans are basically drafting their quarterbacks and
They had no
signing
choice.
quarterbacks. Here, listen to Adam Schefter himself. He'll straighten it out for you.
A wild off season for the Houston Texans. It opens with Deshaun Watson telling the team he wants them to trade him, and now it's in a situation where Deshaun Watson is facing 22 civil lawsuits alleging inappropriate conduct and sexual assault. The league is reviewing the matter. The authorities in Houston are looking at the matter, and right now it's a situation where the Texans used their first pick in the draft on a quarterback, the 67th overall selection, and they could say it's the best player on their board or whatever they want, but the fact of the matter is there are people in league circles who believe Deshaun Watson will not play this season. There are people who believe his career in Houston is over, and the Texans know they face a tremendous amount of quarterback uncertainty, which is why they used the third-round pick on Davis Mills. And now you have Davis Mills joining Tyrod Taylor and Ryan Finley to give the Texans their trio of quarterbacks, and we'll hear plenty more about this particular situation as the season gets closer.
I don't think I've ever heard of a worse trio of quarterbacks in my entire life than the Houston Texans
I know.
have
I'm surprised
right now.
that the Houston Texans, so their first pick was, in the third round of the draft.
Thanks to Bill O'Brien.
If I was a Houston Texans, I would say take everything we own and let's trade with Atlanta. Let's trade with somebody.
They didn't have
Who is
anything
that?
left.
But
Nobody.
This
Give
guy
up
ripped the
everything.
cupboard.
Give up everything, guys. I'm talking about everything.
Listen,
Everything.
I told
This
you,
was-
they had a deal done with Miami. They had a deal done. Deshaun Watson was going to Miami for Tua and a first-round pick. They were going to be in great shape, except Deshaun Watson turned out to be an asshole. And that's just where
allegedly.
they are. Yeah, he's an
Allegedly.
asshole.
I mean,
I could tell you.
This is terrible news, and my heart breaks for the Houston Texans and all the Houston Texans fans. And hopefully there will be some light and end to this craziness. So we will certainly
when's he
going
to play? When are we ever going to see him again? The Texans, during the draft, they were showing all these highlights. Not one highlight of Deshaun Watson.
How can you?
Just saying.
You don't know anything about the future of that. Yeah, I mean, it's scary.
That's why I called him an asshole.
And to Ryan, Sam Darnold's re-signed in Carolina. Honey.
Yes.
That trade.
$21 million 50-year option, by the way, they picked up.
Yeah. All right, let's get to one of my favorite segments. Let's get to D-Max Hack 'em and Whack 'em.
Go to a happy place.
Well, coming off of last week, Eazy, do you happen to put in, I know I didn't ask for it, but did you put in the when I suck at the golf? Did the clip that Ben put in, did you load it up? Okay. So, because I wanted to let you know, like this week, even though the Valspar last weekend, congratulations to Sam Burns on his first PGA Tour win, the fact that he'd come up with that we didn't have the winners, so I thought if I'm going to show you the hack and wax and celebrate, like when I nail the NASCARs and the pit boss, like back-to-back with Keselowski and Busch, stick around Friday, obviously, for this weekend's winner. But in the golf, when I have to put it up and have to decide what it is, I got to give myself some crap when it doesn't work. But anyways, this week we are on to the Wells Fargo Championship. Getting back to a lot more of the name players, but what I did this week, guys, is that we're going to go back to basics. What does that mean? We're going to look at the top of the leaderboard, and the guys that I have chosen here, as you can see, are the favorites, right? But at plus 1,000, John Rahm, Justin Thomas, Bryson DeChambeau, and Rory McIlroy. Why is this important? Because the PGA Championship and the 3 majors are coming up around the corner. So they'll be looking to hone their game out of this one. If you were going to take somebody out of this, I would put the money on, I believe it's John Rahm's tournament. But at this, when I see money this good as far as the plus 1,800 and anything over plus 1,000, even though Maz doesn't think plus 1,000 is a good bet sometimes, I do. So there's your $5 bets. John Rahm, Justin Thomas, Bryson DeChambeau, and Rory McIlroy. And if you want to get into it even more, delve into it, because there are guys that are in the 3,000s that could win this event. So we'll see you this week and see how they do. But good luck.
Money, money, money.
Right, yes, there you have it. D-Max, hack 'em and whack 'em. All right, guys, when we come back, we're going to be talking about some of these big-name PGA Tour players being offered some real serious money.
Real money.
To leave the PGA and go play in what's called the Premier League. Would you do it if you were them? We're going to be talking about it. Don't go anywhere. You're tuning into The Hook on Woodward Sports Network.
I'm looking to bring on another HVAC tech right now.
We're recruiting 5 to 10 techs a month.
We're looking to grow and expand. Every new tech we hire is from Northwestern Tech. The hands-on training is fantastic. They're always my first call.
We love hiring Northwestern Tech grads.
They come out trained and ready to work.
Our program is only 10.5 months, and our next classes are starting soon. So why wait?
I'm looking to hire
a graduate of Northwestern Tech. Northwestern Tech.
Northwestern Tech.
Northwestern Tech.
Sun RV Resorts has over 160 RV and camping resorts in the U.S. and Canada. Guests can enjoy water parks, lazy rivers, miniature golf, restaurants, bars, and even Wi-Fi if they want to stay connected. With locations from the Florida Keys to Myrtle Beach to San Diego Bay to Petoskey, Michigan, right in our backyard, guys. Guests can enjoy the outdoors at a Sun RV Resort. All right, guys, welcome back to The Hook on Woodward Sports Network. All right, so let me ask you this, guys. If you were maybe Brooks Koepka, Dustin Johnson, Bryson DeChambeau, and other of these top guys that are playing in the PGA right now, if you were them and you were offered $30 to $50 million to leave the PGA and go play for the new Saudi-backed Premier Golf League, would you do it? D-Mac?
Here's the thing. Where are you in your career? Have you won?
These guys. Kepa, Dustin Johnson, all these guys.
They don't need the money. They don't need the money.
Darren, it's 30 to 50 million ahead.
Okay, but the fact, like what?
It's a league.
Golf's an individual sport. Okay, so it comes down to priorities. What is your priority? Is it money? Is it championships? Is it prestige? Is it Hall of Fame? Whatever. So if it's money driven, hell yeah, they're going. Right? 30 to 50 million. That's life changing for everybody in your family and your whatever it else. So I would look more for, it's not the established ones that are over here playing the PGA that make the endorsements, the endorsement money or whatever. This is what, like, everything that's to be uplifted. But why wouldn't somebody young? Like, it all depends on what your motivation is. But I could see like a Patrick Reed or, some more of a guy like that.
Well, they're
that has
approaching guys like Dustin Johnson.
He doesn't need it. So unless it's
a
his
lot
motivation,
of money, bro.
What?
They're gonna dwarf what the PGA is paying.
I
They're dwarfing
understand
it.
that, but then you got to understand: is it more? So if they're gonna dwarf what it is, if it's strictly about money, then yes, guys will go because isn't the object to make money? If it's not about, but some guys want to win the U.S. Open because they don't have to worry about money.
Right.
Right. Like is making $20 million a year with endorsements and stuff is making 30
million.
or 40 and having to go to Dubai and having to uplift your life and move over there and stuff. Some guys might not want to if they have young kids. There's so much that goes into it, but the fact that you're getting offered 30, 40, 50 million means that I'm hitting the range after the show.
There you go, right? I mean, what would they offer you?
I'm an 8. I'll take
Tom,
$1 million
would
to come
you,
over. I'm an 8. Let's go.
Would you do it if you were them?
It depends where, like I said, if I'm really at my peak of my game, and it depends how I'm thinking. Do I want to win championships, or do I want to have my name in a record book, or do I want to just make money for my family? It's guaranteed money. This is not fake. We're talking in the billions of dollars these Saudi guys have that want to put into this. Now, this is tried. The PGA has tried to dwarf this. They had put some kind of guaranteed $40 million extra prize fund in their coffers, but now, and they took it off. Basically, the league said, "All right, maybe we can't do it." No, they got more backing, and they are over $1 billion strong. That's something, man. These Saudi princes that go out and buy these racehorses, it's the sport of kings to them for sure. They go out and they spend tons of money, millions and millions of dollars on horse racing, and now they love their sports. Now they want to get their PGA flesh.
Well, but they're not going after the guys that, this isn't where they're at the end of their career. They're going after guys that are still at the top of their career.
Yeah.
Maybe, you could say, like, hey, could they get Tiger Woods? Tiger Woods would be a candidate that you would say maybe you'd see him play there. But they're going after,
No, you want
the
the young
top guys.
up-and-comers,
You
the
want
guys
the
that are going to be the
up-and-coming.
next 10, 15 years, the
Yeah.
McElroys, the Johnsons.
Absolutely.
the
So that's who
Koepkas.
they're going after. So that's going to lead us right into me gusta or no me gusta of
Speed round.
today's. Yes, speed round, because we are up against the end of our show. Where does time go? All right. PGA players should play for the money, not the trophies and history. D-Mac, te gusta o no te gusta?
Te gusta, me gusta. Don't count anybody else's money. And golf's an individual sport. Do whatever you want. If it's about the money, it's about the money. If it's about the trophies, then whatever
you gotta
else.
pick one, bro.
Self-awareness, look in the mirror, go get your dollars if that's what you want.
Okay.
All right.
I
Tom,
say
te
no,
gusta?
me gusta, because I'm a sports historian.
And you're an old fuddy-duddy.
I'm still going to make my money,
Sorry,
and I'm going to
guys.
play for the championships. I'm going to go to Stuffy Butler cabin when I win the Masters. I'm still sticking in the PGA.
All right. Easy. Te gusta o no te gusta?
Me gusta. Get your money.
All right. Fish, te gusta o no te gusta?
No te gusta.
You don't like it. All right, guys, I'm going to honestly say I don't like it either. No me gusta. I want them to kind of keep the tradition going of the PGA. It kind of reminds me of when we brought David Beckham over, right? He was already at the end of his career, and then he came to the U.S., and it was great. That's kind of what I feel is going to happen with this Premier League.
I'll tell you, if they're
All
going
right.
to allow hooting and hollering in the league, I might like it instead of that stuffy golf, don't make a noise kind of thing. Maybe I'll
stay
like
over
it.
here in your stuffiness, and I'll be traveling over there to visit some friends in the palaces and
Maz,
stuff.
you only watch the majors. If you watch the other tournaments, you hear a bunch of hooting and howling.
For sure.
Maz is going to be pissed
All
when
right,
he sees me
guys.
walking down the fairway with a cut-off T-shirt on a golf course.
Let's get
Maz,
to the
can you watch
biggest...
this weekend's golf tournament? You'll hear hooting
No,
and howling this
not
weekend.
interested.
Sunday,
All right, guys,
just 3 hours.
I
got
need
a
to
few
get
bucks
who
on
you
it.
like. All right, who you like tonight? Let's do super speed round.
I like Bieber
All right.
pitching for the Indians.
You son of a bitch.
All right, who
Oh,
you
is that
like?
a good pick?
Yeah.
You like him too?
I love the
Well, then,
Indians.
if Maz likes it too, guys, you gotta take it to the bank.
I love the Indians and Padres, Bieber and Darvish.
Way to go on a
Bet 'em.
Way to go
All right.
out on a limb with Bieber.
Easy.
Tigers are the only one that can beat him.
You forget to
right,
turn your
Fish.
mic on?
Who we like?
Your Thursday night football. It's already Thursday, everybody.
Yes.
How exciting. You're going Rabbitohs over Storm. Last time they played Storm won, so Rabbitohs are going to win this one. And I'm going MacArthur. They're playing Melbourne Victory. They're going to win.
All right. Well, there you have it, guys. Those are our picks for tonight's games. Hey, big thank you to our guests today, Mickey Redmond, for joining us. Great stuff there. To all of our callers, Jenna, congratulations on
Tammy as well.
Tammy. It was Tammy who won.
Congratulations,
Jenna,
everybody.
Yeah,
Who knew
congratulations
that
to everybody.
Claude Lemieux would get you a Detroit winning
Right?
company? Way
Yeah.
to go, Maz.
So, Pete, thanks for your call today. For Fish, for Luke, for our newest intern and member to the Woodward Sports family,
El
Jeff,
Jefe.
for Eazy, for D-Mac, for Tom Mazawey, I'm Pilar Lastra. We'll see you guys tomorrow, everybody. Happy Cinco de Mayo.
Deuces.